Hello, hello, yes, I know. Look, you can see the deck, you can see me and the desk and everything. Hello. Hopefully you can all see me and hear me okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. Now, it's given the situation today, let's not discuss it in chat, please, but given the situation today, I think over the coming weeks, a lot of us are going to be stuck at home with not much to do, or with plenty to do, but it's nice to have a bit of company. So over the coming weeks, I'll just do occasional streams like this where it's just us hanging out, basically. I'll try and do some like this, you know, just sit working on stuff, either normal desktop shots or talking to you guys. Because it's really weird actually doing this to camera. It's very strange for me. It's not natural, so it's really weird. And some of it might be doing bits and bobs, and some of it might be with other guys from the Boom Hut. This stream's only going to go for a couple of hours, and I've got to go and have my dinner. But then I'm probably going to come back after dinner, and what I'm going to see if I can do is maybe do a stream with a load of the guys from the mods from the Boom Hut, just hanging out basically. Because I think right now at this time, this the way things are, we can all do with as much distraction and content and everything else that we can get our hands on, grubby little paws on, just to keep us fun. Because a lot of us are going to be stuck at home. You know, I'm at home. I'm self-isolated for the duration, not just for a couple of weeks. I'm here for however long this takes. So a lot of us are going to be stuck at the bench. Well, for most of it, if we're lucky enough, we're going to have stuff to do. But it doesn't harm to have the stuff going on in the background to listen to. So with me, I've got obviously this, and I've got my Saturday and Sunday streams. There's the E-Model stream. Chris has got his Sunday stream and Thursday streams and other bits and bobs. Other guys are planning their streams. You know, there's Colin and Dave with their Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning stream, afternoon. And there's loads of other stuff that you can watch and have on in the background while you're working at the bench or whatever you're doing. So the idea is to keep you indoors, keep you safe, and you'll have something to distract you, and that's what I'm going to do. So today we're just going to do a quick couple of hours here at the bench. First and foremost, I've got my latest delivery of Warhammer Conquest, and I've got my latest delivery of the X-Wing, the DeAgostini X-Wing. So I was just going to film it as a normal thing, but then I decided, you know what, why don't I just do a live stream then? Rather than just have a video to watch that'll take me all day to film, we can just hang out. And I can try and screw things together and make a mess of it, which I probably will. I've got the chat here in front of me, and of course I've got Guthorm for company. You can see Guthorm there. Do let me know if it sounds and looks okay. I've got no idea. I had to set this up at very last minute, and it had all kinds of problems. For example, just about to get going live, and all the icons on my desktop just vanished. I was like, what? And it turns out somehow I managed to drag every single icon on my desktop into the wastebasket. After about 10 minutes, I found them in the trash bin. I'm like, what the hell are they doing in there? So, yeah, I don't know. So, all kinds of technical difficulties. So, I'm trying out this angle so I can talk to you guys. Now, it might be really rubbish because I might just sit here like this for the next 2 hours and all you'll see is the back of my head. So, yeah, and I have had a haircut. Seeing as I'm going to be stuck in for a while, and it's going to start getting warm soon, I thought it's time to trim the beard and trim the old Bond's fur. I've got the clippers out this morning. There you go. Don't spend money at the hairdressers. Just get yourself some clippers. Number 2. There you go. Done. And number 2 all over. Literally, I did my head, and I was like, right, how do I work out where the beard starts and stops and where the hair starts? And then I was like, screw it. Carry on with the number 2. So it's all over number 2. There you go. So there you go. Now, yeah. So as always, I've got the chat here in front of me. I'll have a quick look at the chat and see what you guys are chatting about. But you see, I can do this now. I can just go. Excuse me a minute. You stay there. Right. Just shut up. Can't get the stuff. Yes, so I can sit here like this. It's like a fireside chat. In the third era of the Merithic time in Skyrim. No, I'm not doing one of those. Yes, have a quick look at chat. I don't expect a lot of viewers. We've got 16 at the moment. This is just, think of this as wallpaper really in the background. Like I say, I am planning in the coming weeks and maybe later on this evening to do ones where it's other people joining with me. That'd be nice, just to have little hangouts and stuff. But the technology with hangouts is a pain in the bum. We'll see how it goes. But let's have a quick look and see who we've got. We have Pascal Leverse was of course the first one in. Hello Pascal. The Blob 286 says hello. Welcome the Blob 286. Eric Graham, howdy. Tomcat 181, hello. Dad of course is one of your mods. He is in, and Chris at Gross Models is in as well. Now Chris is actually at work today, so for the moment. So yeah, he's popping every now and then. Your mods in chat, they are lovely. They'll protect you, they'll keep you safe, but if you cross them, they'll break you in half and feed you to the worms or the snails or whatever. I'm trying to come up with a really like scary sounding scenario, but all I had in my head was the word worms. It didn't really work. We have no, I would say like we did in the last stream that I did. Obviously, YouTube are demonetizing streams that discuss blatantly the current medical situation. So I would say just don't not discuss it, but don't use the C word or the V word or the any obvious words that, you know, the P word. Just don't use them in chat, because I don't know what YouTube are going to demonetize. They're basically demonetizing everything apart from stuff they approve of to prevent people sowing false information. So I'll probably talk about it, and we'll do it in very general terms, like the current medical situation. But that's not the point of this stream, and I'm not here to give you advice. So YouTube, please don't demonetize me. This is my living, so I don't want to lose anyway. So if you do discuss stuff in chat, just keep it really general. Don't use the specific words, because that's yeah. Oh, let me know, by the way. Also, complete handbrake turn. I've no idea if I'm in focus or if the desk's in focus or who's in focus. So do let me know if everything's... I don't know. It's all the way over there, the settings. Right, so we have... Yeah, so Dad and Chris are the current mods. They'll keep you safe. I'm stuck at work. Am I still allowed to watch, says Chris at Gross Models. And Dad says, no. Clear off. Tomcat 181 is on his lunch break, his or her, I don't know. Tomcat would suggest his, but you never know. What are you having for lunch, Chris says, and I asked the same question. We want all the details. We have Jamie Bonus in. Fox, is this going to be a 3-hour stream with 10 minutes of work? Hang on, I'm getting a text message, getting a word from the producer. Hang on. We're getting urgent bulletins. Let me just take my phone out of the case, because I don't need you to visibly see all my bank cards on the telly box. All is perfect, says Mike Mountain. Yay, thank you. Yeah, and I got a mail from StreamYard. There we go. Yes, I was looking at some options for streaming later on, but we'll talk about that later. Yes, Jamie, I don't know. I've got my X-Wing to do. Like I say, I was just going to film it, but I thought, why not? Rather than spend 9 or 10 hours filming it and then put up a video that you guys can watch at 10 o'clock tonight for 20 minutes, why don't I do a live stream? Then I can just crack on with it. We can have a laugh, and you've got somebody to hang out with and chat. Because we're all stuck at home, a lot of us, it's more fun that way. You should just... Chris says you should know. You can't just say lunch around here to Tomcat. Afternoon all. Fox has had a trim, says Clarky. I certainly have. Someone's had a trim, says Eric. Eric. Hello, Eric, even. Who is this scary person on my stream? Yeah. Yes. I'm having some crackpot chicken marinated in Olive Garden salad dressing and cream of mushroom soup, says Tomcat. I need all of that in here. In there, that's where I need it. My hoosive haircut and beard cut, Fox, says Dad. Yes. Candy Grab from Mongo. Hello all. Hi Fox. Hi Chris. Hi Dad. Welcome, welcome. I'm awaiting customers. It might happen, says Chris at Gross Models. Fingers crossed, dude. It's not easy for people who are running their own business. I'm self-employed. This is what I do. Chris, of course, is self-employed. He's an horologist. He maintains and repairs watches and clocks and things like that, and he has a business that does that. Not a good time for any of us who are self-employed at the moment. Fox looks 20 years younger, yeah, and about 10 stone lighter. Number 2 all over. Is that because you don't have any toilet paper? We have toilet paper now. That situation has been resolved. Oh my god, it's Fox, not just some hand. Paul at Team Inept is in. Hello, Paul. Paul uses some, not swear words, but this is one of my streams, by the way. You can swear in chat if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to read them out. No matter how much Paul tries to trap me, I know what motorboating means. I'm not an idiot. Yes, Chris says read demonetization. It's okay to mention it in passing, but not to make a whole video. Exactly, that's not the point of this video. This is a distraction from the stuff. So I'm never in focus, says Eric Graham. Fox's microphone appears to be wearing away. This, I tell you what, because I've got the normal foam thing that goes on my Yeti, and I've got the fluffy one, and I'd had to put the fluffy one on because it looks more fun, and I often get quite close to it. But it's really hard not to just... I know you heard that, but oh, it's so soft. It's all fluffy now. It's so soft. I just want to fuss it, and it's really hard not to. I've just realised this fox trim makes him look like the geologist from Big Bang Theory. I can't stand Big Bang Theory, so I never watched it long enough to find out who the geologist is, I'm afraid. He dresses the mic to look like Ted. I need to get another one of these and then cut a piece of it out, because it's just a sock that goes on the end. Cut the piece of it out to make it a moustache to sit down here so you guys can see it, because you never get to see my microphone normally, do you? Welcome to the bench, by the way. You get to see a bit more of it. You should only... JLeon723, welcome JLeon723, says you should only mention lunch if you have enough for everyone. Swigging Pig is in, I think. Yes, there we go. Swigging Pig is in, welcome, welcome. I have found Fox. And it's put up... I can't click on it. I don't know what that link is. If I click on this, it's on an iPad, it'll break everything, so I'm not going to click on that. There we go. So I'm up to date with the chat. Now, of course, I'm going to be doing stuff today, and I've got the chat here, but if anybody desperately needs to get my attention, Chris or Dad or Paul or anybody who's got my mobile number, if you can give me a text, I've got my phone over there. Like if the stream falls over, or if something breaks, or you know how it works, let me know, because I might not see. As always, don't have to get... Because I've trimmed my moustache, by habit, I've got myself some tissue, so I can get the litre of coffee out of my moustache. I don't need to. Yes. I do need to blow my nose, though. Oh. Woo. Right, so. Yes. Where's the bin? Where's the bin? Move the bin bag out the way. Yes, so as always, I've got the chat here. If anything you desperately want me to know or get my attention, please put your comment in chat. If you're watching this, I haven't got the chat up here. Where's the camera? I haven't got the chat here. The normal blue box, because not because I've actually, have I turned it off? You know what I've actually not got? Hang on, let me put that there. I've not actually set anything up, have I? Do you know? There we go. I even have my TED button hidden.
Slap it on.
It was so last minute when I set this up. There we go. So you've got all the stuff there. So yes, as always, I'm gonna crack on. As always, if you want to get my attention in chat, the chat is right here. Do duvets though. You can do a super chat, put your comment in big capital letters, but I might see that. But do a super chat if you really want to get my attention. It puts your comment in a big colour box, which I'll see here, and also puts a little animation up here somewhere that everybody else can see it as well. So you can do super chats to really get my attention. Plus also, I actually make a little bit of income from those. So if you want to help support this channel, because like I said, right now I'm self-employed, I do this, and not a good time right now. So if you are able to offer any support for me for this channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Because any income right now is good income. Unless the government bring in a universal basic income, us self-employed people were a little bit screwed in all the wrong ways. So yeah, do feel free. Right, so let's crack on. So we're going to start with the reason for doing this stream. I've got the latest, even though it's supposed to be every 5 weeks you get 5 issues, I've got the next 5 issues within 5 weeks of the last one. So we have issues 23, 25, 26, there we go. We have issues 22, I hope you can see these, 23, 24, 25 and 26. I didn't really plan this very well, because obviously I can sit here and talk to you, but you can't really see what I'm doing on the bench. So hopefully, is that looking too, it's looking a bit overexposed. Let me just tweak the exposure a little bit for you. There we go. And I can, if I, well, that's catching the light there. If I zoom in a little bit for you, would that help? Oh, there we go. There goes the focus. Fantastic. Right, let's zoom in a little bit for you. It's going to look like garbage if I zoom in, isn't it? I need to remember to zoom out again, because I can't even see if I'm in shot, because the camera is right where my entire face would be. I think I'm in shot. Anyway, let's just crack on. Dad says, "Did you do don't it all?" And Eric says, his dad's singing to himself again. He's live, blowing his nose begins, yes. So we've got issues 25, 26, I've done it the wrong way around now, 24, 23, 22. So, and lots of bits to build. So basically I'm just going to crack on and get these done. If I manage to get these done before I have to go and make the dinner, then I'll crack on with some Conquest, because I've also got the next 4 issues of Conquest as well. So we'll see what happens. But let's just get on with this, shall we? So where are we starting? We're starting with issue 22. Hello, I'm being text nominated. You're in shot, slightly out of focus, doe. Oh, okay. Hang on. Is that better? Am I in focus now? How's that for focus? Because it's kind of here you want to be looking at, not necessarily here. Yeah. So we'll start with issue 22, which is this one. Now, if you remember, we've already built one wing. I shall get the wing for you, just to give you an idea. If you've not seen this before, this requires some finaglement. If you've not seen this before, this is the DeAgostini 1/18 scale X-Wing from the Star Wars. And I have so far built one wing part, which, as you can see, I'm not going to fully assemble it back together again. As you can see, it's a not insignificant size. It's pretty large. I've taken the laser cannon off just for storage for now, for safety, but that just slides back on there. We built one wing section so far. We've got 3 more of these to build. So can you guess what we're building today, children? I'll put this away. Hang on. Where does this go? That way. There. Now, before we get building, there's something else I need to show you. I've just remembered. Now, before we crack on with this, I didn't just get these 5 issues this time. When this first came out in the UK... Oh, I got another text, didn't I? Hang on. Yep, there we go. Right, yes. When this first came out in the UK, when I first started doing videos, I was given a promotion code, which was X-Wing promo code UK, I think. And basically, if you subscribed before a certain date, which was the 4th of September last year, you got some freebies. Now, I didn't know I was going to get them. I was giving out the promo code, and there were some hiccups with me being subscribed to this. Just in case you don't know, I am not paying for this. I was contacted by a DeAgostini rep who asked me if I would like to do this part work and film it. So I'm not paying for this. I'm getting this free of charge. I don't know whether I'm on the premium package or the regular package. I've not received any premium stuff yet. I don't think I am. But I didn't know if I was going to get the subscriber bonus. But it turns out I was, because I've forgotten all about it. It was like last June or something. It was ridiculous. And they were supposed to get these couple of things. I think most people have forgotten about them. But they arrived, and I shall show them in a moment. So yes, just for clarity, for clarification, I'm not paying for this. I get this free. Thank you massively to the guys at DeAgostini for making it possible. So this week, or this time, I've received the things that you get free if you subscribe before the 4th of September 2019. So I don't think you can get these anymore. And I've forgotten all about them. Now the first thing you get, this. It is a Boba Fett miniature, apparently, figurine. Now I think this may have been available in a different part work. And I don't know why they're giving you this in an X-Wing build, but it's probably just something they had and they thought, we'll give it away to the subscribers. So if you subscribe before the 4th of September 2019 in the UK, you got this from, I've not seen this yet, you got this free. And it is Boba Fett. Let's have a look. I shall zoom in a little bit so you can see it a bit better, because it's quite a way away. And it's a bit down there, but never mind. I know it's a digital camera. It's going to be crappy quality for you to look at. Focus it for you. Hang on. I've got to break the tape. Shake the bottle. Power Burke and Squeeze Mo, says Andy McLeish. Welcome, Andy. Shake the bottle. Wait for the drink. Now, it's very heavy. It's blimey. Oh, it's got the little cable around the back. Hang on. Let me disembobulate the cable. I think this is a complete die-cast figure, or mostly die-cast, because it's very heavy. Power Burke and Squeeze Mo. That's nice. Okay, so I can't get the wire out of the back now, Mum. Hang on. He's attached. He's attached by this cable tie cable that's refusing to come out. And very thoughtfully, the cable tie cable was wrapped with some plastic where it goes over the figure so it doesn't scrape all the paint off. And so we have... can I throw that away? Yes, that can be thrown away. This can be thrown away. I'll put that there. We have a rather pleasant looking Boba Fett. Now I say I'd forgotten all about this. And that is, I'll zoom in again so you can see it. Oops, or zoom out even. Hey Logitech, next time you put zoom controls on your camera, can you make them easy to use? Where are we? There we are. So I know it's crappy quality, but we have this, begging to be repainted, which it will be eventually. Boba Fett scale figure. And it's quite nice because you can see under the helmet his sort of undersuit coloured, you can't see it but I can, undersuit coloured chin. Nice detail. It does feel like die cast. Some of it, this is plastic, the blaster's plastic, but the legs and the body certainly feels die cast. There's Boba Fett, the official Star Wars fact file 2015 Lucasfilm and copyright TM, all rights reserved, under authorization. Yeah, so I think this is the one that's been released before. Where's the camera? Released before. They've certainly released this before, so I think they probably had a load of these left and thought we'll give them away to subscribers. So that's pretty mint. So that will at some point get repainted. Of course, it'll get repainted. I'm not going to leave it like that. It's not bad actually. It's all right. If you just applied some weathering to it, like a gunk wash or some shading, it will probably actually look quite good. But I think that needs a complete repaint. And Boba Fett looks great until you get to like the knees downwards because his shoes look terrible. His feet are rubbish. I like them. You know them shoes you can get with toes? They're wrong. It's like that. His legs are too thin. Yeah, that's mint. So, yep, awesome. So that'll go into the cabinet until... I've also got the enormous Han Solo from the studio scale Falcon that I never finished. Moving on. Where's my rubbish? I'm moving my rubbish bag now. It's in the wrong place. Hang on. Let me just put this rubbish bag so I can find it. There we go. I'm moving my rubbish bag, which normally goes here, so it's not in the way, you see. Now, the other thing you got free... I'll have a quick look at chat first. No, please do be more out of focus. Blurry is better, says Paul. Thank you very much. Smoky Cowboy is in. Have you done the Conquest part? No, not yet. I probably might not even get to it. It's just there in case I do, because if I get the I've got 5 issues of the X-Wing to build. Oops. So I probably won't get to it anyway. You know what I'm like. Okay, now I want to build one. Sign me up. Yeah, it's big. If you are interested in the DeAgostini Millennium Falcon, I forgot to put the links in the description below this video, which was clever. I've got to zoom out, haven't I? Hang on. There we go. I forgot to put the links in the description below the video, but if you go to on my YouTube page, there is a playlist for the DeAgostini X-Wing. Go into any of those videos, and in the description there are links for the UK, for the US, and I think for Australia and the rest of the world. There are links if you want to subscribe to the X-Wing Partwork. But not in this video because I forgot to put it in. It was all last minute, this. Fox, when you put something away, you need a shelves crashing or falling down bit. I know, I've not got a button for that. Berbefert, says Andy McLeish. Welcome, Andy. Into Zone 88. Hi, Fox. Hi, all. Welcome. How are we all getting on? I'm fine, thank you. Covered in packing peanuts. Repaint it now, says Paul. Make it battle damage, says Andy. Incoming Disney lawyers, says Tomcat. Yeah, it's got to go now. Food is ready, Jamie, says Jamie. Thanks for coming in. See you later, maybe. Ian's car says, oh, I didn't see this going on. I didn't advertise it. I just literally started it. Yeah, right. Shall I post it for anyone in the US, says Tomcat. You won't be able to post links in the chat. Actually, if one of the mods could be an absolute sweetie, go to one of my DeAgostini X-Wing videos and copy and paste the links for the Diag X-Wing. That would be really, really awesome, because only mods can post links in chat. But if you can post a link, that'd be absolutely fantastic. If one of you could. I think there's one for the UK and ROI, there's one for US, and there's one for, I think, Australia and the rest of the world, I think. But yes, if you can have a look. Now, the other thing that comes with, if you subscribe before the 4th of September 1972, whenever it was, is a tin plate Star Wars poster, which they put in a box slightly smaller than the size of the tin plate poster. It's a bit bent. Thanks for that. I don't know what this is, so let's have a look. I'm guessing it's a tin plate poster. TCS Europe Limited, London, blah, blah, blah. To avoid suffocation and danger to babies and children, dispose of this bag immediately. Do not kill the baby. It's a tin plate poster. I won't do the impression because he's in jail and a pervert, so I won't do that. Yeah. I need to straighten that out because it's gone a bit bent. But it's basically the original Star Wars poster on a piece of tin. This tin plate poster. There you go. It's very nice, actually. Ooh. Star Wars 20th Century Fox presents a Lucasfilm limited production Star Wars starring Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Peter Cushing and Alec Guinness. There you go. My first movie poster part 1. Like and subscribe. Written and directed by George Lucas, produced by Gary Kurtz, music by John Williams. Panavision prints by Deluxe Technicolor. Original motion picture soundtrack on 20th Century Records and tapes. Tapes. Dolby System. Yes, so there you go. That is a rather nice metal poster. So there you go. I'll just put that to one side and I'll stick it up later on. There we go. I'll put it... I've nowhere to put anything. I've not planned at all. A box. Right, swig of the coffee. Right. Issue number 22, please. So we're going to crack on. I put the camera in just the wrong place to let you see what I was doing, didn't I, really? Never mind. So you're going to see me going like this for the next, 2 hours, but I'll hang out with you guys in chat. That's what it's all about. So, issue 22. I may have to put on my other glasses of seeing. You don't often get to see these, but these are my 1980s bottle bottoms, so I can see what I'm doing without necessarily putting on my helmet of seeing. But it also does mean that I can't see the controls for the camera and stuff, so yes. So what do we get in here? Issue 22. We get some blurb on Rogue One, which I quite enjoyed. It was a very good film. I eventually figured if I couldn't fly an X-Wing, then I'd do the next best thing. I'd grow up and make films too, says director Gareth Edwards on how he felt about Star Wars as a child. The Grand Inquisitor, Supreme Jedi Hunter, set a course back to base and inform Lord Vader that we have found evidence of another survivor. Yes, I kind of like the Rebels series. It was alright. I didn't mind it, actually. Not Rebels. Yeah, Rebels. It was alright. It didn't really grab me as much, say, as the Clone Wars animated series, but there you go. Right, and then we're on to the building. So we are cracking on with the lower port wing, or wing number 2 as I've labelled it. Can't find any linkage on your videos, Fox. Go to my main homepage, go to the playlist, DeAgostini X-Wing. Go to the description. It should be like, if you're interested in subscribing to this, here are some. I think it's in there somewhere. Just go to any one of the, go to the playlist for the X-Wing though. It'll be in the description below the video. I could copy and paste it in from here, but you'd see, all you'd see is me farting about my iPad for like 5 minutes. Right, so lower port wing. So we need issue number 22. I've got my little pack of screwdrivers and tools and things. Sean Wiles says, hello everybody, who is that young bloke who sounds like Fox? Oh sir, flattery will get you everywhere, Mr. Darcy. You have the most fabulous pantaloons, Mr. Darcy. Yes. Right, there we go. Now, quick news update. News of the things. Quick news update. I had said last week that my plan this week was to get my Silver Templars done and painted. And then next week I would crack on with the Millennium Falcon. The Bandai Millennium Falcon. However, given events of the last week, didn't get any. I got my Silver Templars built, but I didn't get them filmed or painted or anything. Quite obviously, given the events of last week, I am now sequestered at home. I am perfectly healthy. I'm not ill. I'm absolutely fine. This is W3. I'm absolutely fine. But as you know, Mama Fox is here too. And she is in the at-risk... Why does this keep banging on there? She is potentially in the at-risk category, so I am getting annoyed with this box. So we made the choice to self-isolate at the start of this week, end of last week. purely to protect Mama Fox. So, unlike people who may self-isolate for 14 days or 7 days, I'm self-isolated until it's safe, basically. So, yeah, we've been a lot of stuff to do this week. We've been tied up doing that. So, yeah, not had that done. But I intend to carry on with the Falcon, get that started. So, the plan now is, although I haven't had a chance to do the Silver Templars, they'll go on the back burner for a little bit. Next week, I'm starting the Perfect Grade Millennium Falcon. Yay! So, that will commence next week. So there you go. That's why I was going to hopefully get a Silver Templars video done by the end of this week. But like I say, events took their course. And none of that got done. So there you go. But yes, I'm not, I'm fine. I'm okay. It's purely a precautionary measure to keep Mama Fox safe. So we have some strips of plastic and bits and bobs. Assembling the wings. All 6 small parts provided are added to this stage. The details are simply push-fitted into place and include some internal details. They'll be hidden when the wing's lower skin is added later on. Yes, now I have done this before because I built the other wing, but I've already forgotten it. The moment I finished it, I forgot what I did. Let's have a look. Today's news at Fox HQ with Fox. I have, but only UK on their model making guru. Try one of the later ones, Dad, if you would. This should be on there. Rebels made Thrawn canon. That's all that matters. Yes. Alert, Foxy McFoxy face. People are talking about Thrawn and the canon. So there you go. Right, so we need the old wing, or the last wing we made. You can see how big this thing is. Can you see the? You can see the desk, can't you? Yes. Now, like I say, I know the camera's not pointing at the desk, but the focus of this isn't really me making stuff. It's more just hanging out with you guys. It's more for you guys to hang out and chat while I just sit and waffle to myself. So there we go. Right, so let's have a look and see. So we have the wing here. We need to holding the leading edge conduit this way around, which is that way. Which is the leading edge conduit? It's this one, is it? No, it's this one. It is that one. This way around, line up the 2 holes in the pipe with the matching pins on the wing, which is there. There. That doesn't seem right at all. Doesn't seem right at all, because it says put it this way, but that's the unpainted side. Why would that go there? That makes, oh, there we go. The other way around, you spoon. God, Fox, you're so special sometimes, I tell you. People tell me that all the time. I'm very special. So special, it's unbelievable. Got the best words. Squidge and squidge there. Yes, Fox, think in 3 dimensions. If it's not the right way up, turn it over. I don't do maths. Take the trailing edge conduit this way around. Line up the 3 holes in the pipe with the matching pins on the wing, which is that way. So it's there, there, and there. Anyway, how are you all? I hope you're all staying safe. I know we're not talking about the big V in the chat. Please do not discuss it directly, because YouTube will take my money off me, and this won't go in the hole. But how are you all? Are any of you actually on lockdown? Or are you just all carrying on as normal? If you are, I hope this is helping to keep you distracted and keep you company. The whole point of this stream, and I'm going to do more of these. I'll still have my regular Saturday and Sunday streams, and I'll still be filming like the Millennium Falcon build through the week. But as and when I can, I think what I'll do is I'll just do extra streams where I'm working on the Warhammer Conquest part work, just so it's a chance for you guys to hang out and chat and have people to talk with and something to keep you distracted for a few hours. Press the wire. Hang on, let's jump to step. Take the leading edge wiring, which has straight ends. Racist, that is. And wiring assembly this way around. Like that to say. Press it onto here. Is that the right way? Yes, I think it is. Yes. Goes on that. Yeah, so anyway, how is everybody? I hope you're all safe. If you are stuck at home, then I hope this and coming streams will provide a nice distraction for you. I'll try and do as many as I can, just to give you, because in a way it's not so much company for me, because I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, like I said, we are self-isolating here because of Mama Fox, keep her safe, but it's not like it's anything new for me anyway, because, you know, it's kind of normal life for me, so I'm quite happy, thank you very much. As long as I can get my food and stuff ordered online, I'm fine. But I know it's not that easy for everybody, so you may be struggling. So hopefully, the intention is I'll do as many as I can, just to keep you guys distracted, give you something to watch. Some of you I know, that's the wrong way around for a start, you spoon. There we go. I know some of you will really appreciate the human contact in the live chat, so that's why I'm going to do as many as I can, just for the duration. See how long I can go on for, but I'll try and do as many as I can, as well as pre-recorded content and stuff as well, so it's really tight. There we go, in you go. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and the best thing you can do is just stay indoors and don't go out. Just stay indoors. The best for everybody if you just stay indoors. If I can give you a reason to stay in, then I'm doing my part. All that matters, I'm doing my bit. You know, I'm not a health worker. I'm not qualified. I'd love to go and volunteer, but I'm not qualified to do anything. And I can't leave the house anyway, so if I can do my bit to keep you indoors and safe, then this is what I'm going to do. Means you've got to suffer hours of me doing nonsense and talking rubbish, then sorry about that. See ya, bye. Line up the metal frame this way round, matching the holes with the pins moulded into the wing. How is the sound and video, by the way, guys? Am I sounding okay and am I looking okay? Don't get personal. That goes like that. That goes in there. You see, like that. Just says lovely, lovely little hole. Press the frame firmly into place. So I'll still do my Saturday Sunday show. As normal, I'm going to be working on the Falcon this week. I'll try and do as many of these live shows as I can, as and when time allows. I've still got my books of Skyrim. I'll tell you what. They don't take long to do those books. They don't take long to create those books of Skyrim, but they're really good fun recording them. If you've not seen I did the latest one. Where's my good screwdriver? If you've not seen the latest one, I did voice acting and everything. It wasn't very good. It had to do a middle-aged queen, and it didn't really work. You know, middle-aged Nordic queen. Yeah, it wasn't great. It's great fun. I was playing a little bit of Skyrim last night, and I was reading some books. I was just playing Skyrim, and I thought, while I'm reading these books, I was in Proud Spider-Man. I collected some books and I was putting them on my bookshelf. And I thought I'll just have a quick read of them before I put them away, because I like putting books on the bookshelf, you see. And so I was reading them, but I was reading them out loud just to give myself practice at reading them and reading different accents. It's great fun. Trying to figure out, you know, orc accents and like Red Guard accents and stuff. It's all terrible, basically. Just don't even think about it. Take the wing route this way round, then this way round, and line up the holes. It says take it this way round. It says take it this way round, and then you have to apply it this way. It's like, why show it like that? Because it then goes on like that. You spoon. It needs to go that way. There we go. Sometimes instructions that are a little head scratchy. Yes, so hopefully you are all well. Oh, hello. Don't forget, of course. So my mission with these shows, as and when there's no schedule for these. They'll just be random, as and when I can get a chance to do them. But don't forget, of course, assuming my button works, if you are looking for company, if you are stuck at home and you can't go out and you're looking for company, even we may joke about we have to go to work and we do stuff and we're desperate to get back to the bench because we get time away from the bench and it's frustrating. But in the reality, even when you do sit at the bench, after a while, it can get lonely. It can get lonely. So I understand that, and we all understand that. So if you want some company, if you're at the bench and nobody's doing a live stream or anything like that, if you're able to do a live stream where people can come and join you, or just a live stream, you've got a YouTube channel, do one. But if you can't, join the Boom Hut. I've put the link in the chat. Do the Model Makers Boom Hut. Go there if you're not already a member. It's a Facebook group. It's my Facebook group. That is issue 22. It's my Facebook group. It's a really safe, friendly environment. The whole point is it's designed for you to go and hang out, have a good time, get feedback on your builds, get advice, get help. And also, there's no bitch, no snarking, nothing like that. We don't allow bitchiness and snarkiness. It's a real friendly environment. So do go and check it out. If you're not already in there, I really do strongly recommend it. Right, issue 23. Let's have a look. Issue 23, we have Rogue One recreating the X-Wing. Yes, they had to rebuild the full-size X-Wing for the Rogue One. Lots of things, lots of background, how they made the movie fluff. Then we have Ashoka Tano, eager Padawan. And the thing is, right, you know me, you know that I know there's films 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I like those. There's no other films, apart from Rogue One. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Rogue One. And I quite like the Solo film. But other than that, there are no films. But there is a Clone Wars animated series, which I did actually like. The new series is currently running at the minute. I did like the original Clone Wars series. It was quite good. I did like Ashoka Tano. They're talking about Ashoka's Delta 7B Jedi Starfighter. And then on to the building. So we'll crack on with that. Have a quick look at the chat. Let's have a look. Fox looks less bushy today. I've had a number 2 all over number 2. Bzzz. California is on solid lockdown. First state in the US. My country has had the most. Yep. Stay safe. I think that's the way we'll go here. To be honest, we will get locked down. Daughter had the last day at school today. Next week I'll be a teacher. God help her. Yeah. Your responsibility now is to teach her all the things. When to use a scribing tool, when to use the knife, which paints work in the airbrush best. You teach her all the things. 2 thin coats. Annie McLeish is still at work. Thanks, Fox. This type of get-together is greatly appreciated, says Candy Grant. My pleasure. That's why I'm doing it. Still business as normal here, says Eric Graham, but change work schedule around to help the business out and get more consistent hours. Tomcat says, how are your local store shelves looking? Ours are toilet paper hoarders. I've not been out to the store for a couple of weeks. Because this is the one thing I don't get. Amazon? Why are people going out to the supermarket? Given the fact that you don't want to go out and get anything, why would you not just order online? That's what we've done. It's all back to normal now, so yes, I don't know. I've not been out to the stores in a couple of weeks. However, I did go out and do a bit of shopping before we shut down the house, and I have never bought in my life so much gnocchi. I went to get some pasta. There was none apart from these big piles of gnocchi that nobody wanted, so I bought all, but not all of it. I got a load of it, and it's really nice. Actually, never had it before. It's quite pleasant. Potato gnocchi. Chris at Gross Model says, people even watched me play a game last night. You know it must be bad. Yeah, you were playing Detroit, weren't you? Going to focus on gaming and painting up Mini, says Eon's car. Space Hamster is in. Hey all, not going to be here long, but I figured I'd say hi. Welcome. Edwin says it's pretty much locked down in Florida. School's closed. Governor's ordering non-essential businesses closed. You're looking less hairy and sounding okay. Cool. Annie McLeish says, my resolve is slowly breaking. Take it steady, dude. That's what I'm doing this for, really. Just to give people a break. Although Eon's car says I'm a bit burnt out from playing Warframe. Don't talk to me about Warframe. Fascists. Oh. I told the story, didn't I, before? That I got Warframe when it first came out. Played it for probably 3 or 4 hours. Thought it was alright. Put it to one side. Didn't play it for 2 or 3 years. Came back to it 3 years later. It had completely changed. I haven't got a clue. I didn't even know what the menus were. I didn't even know how to work the menus. I was on a spaceship, and I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know who I am, why I am, what I'm doing, how you do anything, what this button is, what. I was like, and there was no tutorial of any kind. So I was like, can I start again? No. I contacted the company and said, how do I restart so I can go through all the training missions and learn that? And they went, you can't. You have to start a new game with a new email account. I'm like, okay, bye. I'm not set up an email account just to play your game, so I uninstalled it. Tom Cat says his cousin, stationed in Seoul, and he says the shelves are stocked and everyone is calm, so it's the opposite of the US. Eric Graham says, I want to see the gross model's household on a 14-day lockdown. It'd be like watching an episode of Survivor. It'd just be carnage, I think. Christopher C says, thanks for the entertainment. You're more than welcome. That X-Wing is huge, says Azajin. Yes, it is going to be massive. I don't know if you're watching when I got the wing out earlier on, but I'll get it out again in a bit. Yeah, I mean, that's the laser cannon. Just so you know, that's the laser cannon. I don't know where I'm going to put this. My little fibre optic cable's disappeared now. I don't know where this is going to go when it's finished. Now, when DeAgostini did the Millennium Falcon, that I never finished. And yes, to answer your question, because some people often still ask me, when am I going to get that finished? I've now sold the DeAgostini Millennium Falcon on, so somebody else is building it now. Sorry about that. When they did that, you didn't get a base for it. You got a wall mounting bracket that was like an arm that you can stick in the wall. Which is great if you've got a wall that can take any weight, but this house has got 1930s plastering and bricks. It's no weight. So I think we're going to get the same with this, which is useless for me. I want a display base or a stand or something so I can jump. So I think when I finish this, it's just going to have the landing gear down and be sat on a shelf. Because I can't mount it to the wall, unfortunately. Right, so anyway, shut up, Fox. You'll get more stuff done than Fox would, though, in the same amount of time, says Eric Graham to Candygram from Mongo. I'm going to take a break, grab a model, and play Build Along with Fox now. Yeah, you'd have finished all this by the time I finished it. This is issue, what, 23? 23. Cashier number 4, please. 23, there we go. Lower port engine mount. Wing. Holy crap, who's the imposter that sounds like Fox, says Skullfish. Hang on. Skullfish. Because I've got a Skullfish. I've got
Slap it on.
I haven't got a Skullfish button. Did you get a sound then? Are you
Slap it on.
Are you hearing Ted okay when I press the Ted button? Do let me know. Right. Knife off cutting. Skullfish. Skullfish. What ho, chaps, says Skullfish. Right, so we have making sure, as always, that there's nothing stuck in there, you'll see. Oh, very important question for you chaps and chapesses as well. Let me do that in a second. I'll do this bit first. After I've done this issue's assemblies, very important question to ask you. It's very, very important. These are XW02, so they can go in here. I'm sensibly keeping all my screws separated now, but I've got like 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've just got a big pile of old screws there, which is silly because I don't know which are 2, 3s, 4s, and 5s. I didn't plan that very well. Yes. However, I'm just looking at these screws, and these number 3 screws, I'm missing a screw on my front door, on my porch, to hold the plate in on the front porch door. Those number 3 screws would be perfect. Might have to sacrifice one of these for my front door. Oh, yes, that'd be rather excellent. Anyway, yes, right, so what am I doing? Just waffling away now, aren't I? I just need another part, so I think I'm leading Fox now, but he's more entertaining. Chris says Fox gets much more done when he's on my streams. I know, because I could just shut up and get on with him. Fit the 2 pins on the back of the small plant-on detail onto the holes in the triangular leading edge support. Triangular leading edge support. this way round. It says completely covered up by the guy's hand. There we go. So that goes there. Like that. It was a bit loose. I think we're gonna have to get up the plastic magic. Available in my Amazon store. Yes. There's no point me saying about the Amazon store, is there? Because you're not going to get anything from that in a minute. I was about to do a big spiel about how you can help support this channel by going to my Amazon store, link in the description below the video, but there's no point because it's not an essential item, so they're not going to deliver it. Yeah. I'm going to blop a little bit of plastic magic on there. If you're wondering why I'm using plastic magic glue, and you've not seen one of these before, this model is made from ABS plastic, primarily ABS plastic. To me, extra thin will not work, or probably won't work on this plastic, because it's got very low or no polystyrene in it, and to me, it needs polystyrene. Fit the bracket on the back of the leading edge support to the engine mount in this position. Which is there, and that goes like this, and that goes on there. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Press the left-hand hole onto the bracket. XWO2 screw. XWO2 screw. If you are doing this part work, by the way, I do recommend you throw away the screwdrivers that come with the kit. They are kind of garbage. Oddly, the screwdriver I'm using now is the screwdriver that came with my DeAgostini build, the Millennium Falcon. It's a really good screwdriver, and it's ever so slightly magnetised. In fact, what I shall do is I shall give it some more magnetisations. Magnets. How do they work? I know how magnets work, it's a joke. Well, that's somehow made it less magnetic. Fantastic. That's gone from being magnetic to a little bit less magnetic. Only I could rub a magnet up and down a ferromagnetic screwdriver and make it less magnetic. What can I say? It's just a skill. It is truly a skill. Right, so that is on there. That's it. Ooh, and there's a very, I don't know why, because normally you just get that bit and there's the end, but now we've got fusible thrust engine mountings. One reason for X-Wings to open their S-foils, not X-foils, S-foils, when going into attack mode is to maximise their 4 laser cannons' field of fire, but an equally important function is to shed the excess heat generated by the 4 fusible thrust engines during the stress of combat. Fusible thrust. Nice picture there with the Star Destroyer on top of the... I do like the fact that the CGI for that movie, you can't really see it, but the way they've lit the Star Destroyer, it's kind of looks, the lighting is spot on for the, I mean that's CGI as well, but it just looks real. It looks real. I'll shut up. That was a very long way of saying they've got the lighting spot on. It looks real and very far away. Nom 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 nom. Let's have a look. My Falcon screwdriver wore out. Strange how yours didn't, says Gross Models. Why, yeah, yada. Phil Lewis is in. Welcome, Phil. 40 people watching a live stream on a Friday, says Eric Graham. I know, it's just a sign of it, isn't it? It's just a bad sign of it. Swigging Pig says, sorry chaps, got to bail out. Work has unfortunately got in the way. Take care, buddy. I know you're probably gone now already, but thank you for coming in. Next, we have issue 24. 24! More Rogue One. X-Wings in flight! Talking about the actors being in the rig that moves around, the gimbaled rig. Gimbaled rig! CR978, elite but expendable. TIE fighter pilots' training ensured they were highly skilled and also willing to surrender their lives without question for the greater glory of the Empire, because they had no shields. TIE fighters don't have shields. Hello! Right, lower port engine. Now this is going to be a bit different. Now we're building the engine device here, but this will be, I need to quickly write my nose. This is going to be a little bit different to the, I know, a little bit, I don't know what that was, a little bit different to to the similar part that we built on the other wing, because this is the underbelly. This is the seamy underbelly. So this has, well, excuse me, this has undercarriage, madam. Undercarriage. So it's going to be a little bit different. Right. Where are we? Blackwolf 340. Hey, I finally got to stop by again. Sorry I haven't been around and my new job doesn't let me watch live shows, but hopefully you're well. Welcome at Blackwolf 340. Don't worry, even if you just come along once a year, you're always more than welcome. Everybody is more than welcome to my streams. There are very, very few people who are... Oh, you know, sniffling. Oh, I've got to do it again. Just wipe my nose. Ugh. I don't know what it is about live streaming. I don't get the sniffles unless I'm live streaming. Tomcat181 says that TIE pilot tactics were modelled after kamikaze pilots. Interesting random fact. Yes. Excellent. I like interesting random facts. We're talking about issue 24. Yes, everybody's welcome to my streams. There's very, very few people that aren't allowed into my content. And I've always said that's like an extra little bag at the top, but there's nothing in it. I don't trust that. It's like a pocket at the top where they'd normally get, say, some tiny component, but there isn't one. I don't trust that. I'm going to put that there for reasons. I'll just throw it away. There you go. Into the bag with yourself. Be gone. Yes, I've always said this before, but my community is just the best community. As in my community makes sense. I don't mean to sound like kind of egotistical. My fans, my followers, the people that watch my stuff. Let's try and do it a little less self-aggrandizing. The people that are kind enough to come and watch me be a spoon on the telly for 3 hours. You see, it doesn't really matter what word you use. If you use like fans or followers or community or view, it's hard because either way it sounds like you're trying to big yourself up. People that watch my nonsense. Oh God, XW06. I've got number 6 screws. I don't have a number 6. Oh, that's gone wrong now. Everything's gone wrong. Hang on, I've got to make up a whole new number. Oh, just throwing new numbers at me. That's not right, you know. 6. There we go. No sense at all having 6 there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 6. DeAgostini, what are you doing to me? Let's use a proper pen. 6. I can't write 6 in that little bit down there. It's really small. Now I can't read it at all. Brilliant. Fantastic. 6. Can't believe you put 6. I thought we were only ever going to have 5 different screws. That's a mess. I can't even read the number 6 there now. Let's do a different way. Sorry, Gotham. You have to move out of the way for a sec. You can't give me 6 different screws when I've got 5 different slots for screws. That's not how this works, DeAgostini. You should know that. Yeah, get off. 6. There we go. Right, number 6. There better have be 7 different types of screw because that's going to just make it even worse. Right. I thought it was 5 you couldn't write. I can't write anything. I'm rubbish at maths, any kind of numbers, and I'm not good at it. Right, where are we? Athel Nichols in. Afternoon, Foxy, all here today. Welcome, Athel. How are you doing, my friend? Long time no see. Justin Ackerman, welcome, Justin. Chris at Grace Models puts a picture of toilet paper up. His hat will fall off if he does that. I better not tell him about the next issue then, says Chris. I guess there's a number 7 screw, is there? God damn it. I'm going to have to get like a whole new tray of things out. And I could use a different one, I suppose. I don't have to use this one. Yeah, bit 6. Get in. Get out of the bag. Get out of the... Oh, there's always one that pings off, isn't there? Get in there. Yes, I think at least one of these screws is going to fit in my front door where there's a screw missing, and that's going to be brilliant. So it makes up for the fact they've now given me 6 different types of screw. I'll forgive them. if they can help me repair my front door. Afternoon, Dad. So I presume you're in isolation as well, or is it like me or barred from the local pub, says Athel. Me by choice, says Dad. Yes, so regardless, like I say, I was in the middle of saying before, whatever your situation is, if you're shut away because you have to be, or just because you choose to be, welcome along. This is for you, this show, and any future ones that I do are for you guys. Give you a distraction. As always, if you're just joining us, I've got the chat here in front of me. So if you want to have a chat with me, you can do. That's not going to go in there, is it? That way. I got this wrong the first time when I did one of these. Told you I'm a painter, not a builder. There we go. It's in there. Is it? Whoa, get in the hole. You can't see the. Yeah, whoa. This is frustrating. Get in the hole. We should face inwards. Inwards. That way. Was the right way the first time. Gosh darn it. Yes, if you are watching this, welcome. I've got the chat in front of me. This is a chance. This is just somewhere you can hang out with your friends, have a good chatter and a good natter in the chat. But if you want to engage with me, you can do in the chat. You can see the chat there. There's the camera there, but that's not the live chat. That's just the chat for you guys who are watching it. Oh, what am I doing with this now? Right, that goes that way. That goes there. I've got to put 2 pegs in 2 holes, but I can't see the pegs in the holes because the thing that I'm putting in is covering the... God damn it. Chris is like, yeah, it took me 2 seconds to do that. Why are you struggling? Or is that now in? Or just not in? I don't know. It feels like it's not even halfway in. Will they fit flush? What? It's a huge, massive gap. Not even half flush. There we go. Gosh darn it. Blimey Riley. Yes, so if you want to, this is your chat. This is a chance for you guys to hang out with each other in the chat and have a good time. So, if you want to get my attention, please do give me things to talk about. If nothing else, you can put your comments in big fat capital letters because the chat's right here in front of me. If you want to, though, that's not up. If you want to, you can do a super chat. Which that doesn't feel like it's lined up to me. Don't quite trust that. You can do a super chat, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. Not only will it put your comment in a big coloured box and put a little animation up here somewhere, so up there somewhere where the camera is, up here somewhere. It'll also make me a tiny bit of money because I make a little bit of income off that. And right now I need all the money I can get. Yeah, being self-employed. So it's a good way for you to, if you want to, you can, if you wish, help support this channel with things like super chat. You can, of course, if you want to, become a patron. The address is down there, but right now at the moment I know a lot of people are struggling, so I'm not going to really shout about that so much. Right, this needs to go on here. Fit the pins of the upper half of the gyro cone. I would do if... Oh, there is that one. So that goes there. The gyro cone. Oh, the Saturn, the Gemini module booster engine is actually what it is. But that's between thee and me. Goes on top of there like that. Press the parts firmly together. Yes, so you can, if you want, do a super chat. So it's a good way to get my attention because there's no way I can miss your comment. But also it means you can help support me at the same time. Because anything through super chats, that comes to me. The tip jar for the stream boss battle, that doesn't go to me at all. I don't get anything off that. That's purely for you guys. He says fighting back an enormous burp. But the stream, the the super chat thing, that comes to me. Let's have a look. Somebody was thanking me for something. Justin Ackerman says, by the way, Fox, I was the one that messaged you about feeling rather lethargic, and I wanted to say thank you because I am back to building. Good girl. Excellent. Yes, it dropped me a message and said, she's like, oh, I can't, I'm out the zone, what do I do? And it's the same. It's that kind of situation where your mojo disappears. And there's nothing worse than when your mojo just goes off on one and disappears on you. And it's good advice for anybody. Basically, if you suddenly find that the mojo has just upped and buggered off, and you either can't be, because I go through it myself, you know, you sit there sometimes, you get to the bench and you're like, can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered. I've not got the mojo. I'm not in the mood. I can't get this thing to go in the damn hole. Yeah, there we go. I'm not in the mood. It's really frustrating. Have I done that the wrong way around? No, good. And it will happen. You know, that reminds me of the Vex. I don't know why. The Vex. It can be frustrating because sometimes you just do lose that mojo. And there's nothing worse, basically. There's nothing worse than that. But what I always say is the same thing. If you do suddenly find that your mojo just ups and goes, don't panic. Don't force it. Most important thing is that you don't force anything. He says, as I'm trying to force this pin into this hole. You mustn't force yourself back into trying to get creative again. The worst thing you can do. There we go. Because it's like trying to get to sleep. We've all done that thing where you go to bed, and maybe you've had like 100 cups of coffee just before you went to bed, or maybe you've not been up long because for some reason you overslept and you slept in, and you just can't get to sleep. You go to bed at like midnight and you can't get, and it's like 3 a.m. you still can't. You're tossing and turning, but because you're thinking of now about getting to sleep, you can't get to sleep, and it's like that. So what I always say is, don't think about it. If you suddenly find that you lose your mojo, that your desire to do anything just goes, the best thing you can do is, for your model making habits, is nothing at all. What you should do is go off and do something completely different. If you go to the bench and you're trying to force yourself to be creative and do things, it's not going to happen. It's not going to stay in place. It's not going to happen. You're going to be grudge building or grudge painting, and you're not going to do your best work. You're not going to be happy. You're going to be grumpy about it. The best thing to do is just put your tools down, walk away from the bench, and just go and do something else. Just go and do something else. Because if you try and do something when you don't want to do it, it's never good. Right, this needs to go in there. I'm not even checking the instructions. I'm just putting things together now. That needs to go on there. That needs to go on here. This needs to snap down on there. Yeah, so don't ever force yourself to be creative. It's the worst thing you can do. The best thing you can do is go off and do something else. Now, in my case, when I get the slough of despond and I really can't be bothered, okay, that's on. And it happens to me. I get it surprisingly quite often, quite a lot of the time. You'd be surprised how often I get that kind of slough of despond, where you're just like, can't be bothered. Not that you can't be bothered, but the mojo just leaves. And that was too much coffee in one mouthful. Well, hello. I need to drown myself then. All I do is, if I get to that point where I really have no mojo, I just go and play on the Xbox. The Xbox is right over there. I just turn around and I go, right, screw the bench. Bench can go away. I'm just going to play on the Xbox. And it might be that a couple of hours later, I'm back at the bench. It might be that it takes me a week to get back into getting back to the bench. Because what you need to do is you need to walk away from the bench, do something else completely unrelated to your model making, and not think about it at all. Not even give it a second thought. Turn the assembly over, mount the holes in the engine, mount into the engine case. There we go. yeah, it's vitally important that it's something that's nothing to do with your creative model making, because then you stop thinking about it. You go and think about whatever you're doing, and what you'll find is there's two possibilities when you do that. One, what should happen is that naturally the itch will come back. You'll be so busy thinking about whatever your video game or whatever you're doing, or you could be reading some books, or you could be, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not model making. Whatever it is you're doing, you'll be so sort of caught up doing that that eventually the urge to get back to the bench will just naturally come back. You'll get the itch will kick in. And then you'll be like, you'll sit there and you'll be thinking, I just could go and do this at the bench. I could, because I get that myself. The last time I had a bit of an off period when I really couldn't be doing any work at the bench, my mojo went. I played Xbox for like 3 days. And at the end of the third day, my brain was like, you know what? You really should make some Tempestus Scions, because that'd be great fun. And it started thinking about Tempestus Scions, and the next day I went to the Warhammer store and I got myself some Tempestus Scions. But then I had to go and do, and I've not built them yet, because then I realised I had some other stuff to do anyway. But get that little itch that says, wouldn't it be fun to make some Tempestus Scions right about now? As soon as you get the itch, as soon as a little part of your brain goes, you know what you should, as soon as you get that, you have to then dive into it straight away, whatever it is. Because that's the thing that's saying, now you can go back and do some creative work on the bench. So listen to your brain. I mean, don't listen to my brain. I wouldn't recommend that, but listen to your brain. And just go away and do something else completely unrelated. Take the lower rear engine casing. Put this bit, 2 lugs that match the holes in the engine mount, so that's that way. Like that, you see. On here. Yeah, so what I said to Justin was basically just go and do something else. Don't think about it. If you think about it, you're gonna get grudge. The other word, I mean, the worst thing that can happen when this does happen, by the way, if you do the thing of walk away and do something else completely, it is entirely possible that the mojo may never come back. Now, it's naive to think that's impossible. It is entirely possible that you'll walk away from the bench and do something else and never come back to the bench. Entirely possible. But that's not something to be sad about. Because if that happens, it happens. Here and here. Let's see. It is entirely possible. About 9 or 10 years, 12 or 13 years ago, where I'm sitting now, here's a tale for you. You shouldn't be sad if a hobby that you love suddenly deserts you, because we all move on to different things. So about 14, 15 years ago, mid-2000s, if you'd seen in this room, there would not have been this workbench here. This wouldn't have been here. What you would have seen instead would have been a rack of synthesizers, an old studio 8-track tier Tascam 388 with a reel-to-reel recording rig and 8-track mixer, and a rack of music and effects equipment, an AKS 2000 sampler. There was a big, massive, expensive controller keyboard. There was a Yamaha. I can't remember my keyboards now. There was a Yamaha something. There was a Korg Poly 6. There was a Moog the Rogue. There was basically a bank of synthesizers and some other bits and bobs. W30 and all that. And my thing at the time was, apart from drawing, which I was doing, was recording music. And the music I use in my videos, not the YouTube library stuff that's free, but the synthy stuff that I use in my music, like my theme tune. That stuff I recorded, because doing electronica was a big thing for me, and I've been doing it for 15 years. And then one day I just thought, I'm not really in the mood today, and I hadn't really come up with a good tune for a while. I've been twiddling at the keyboards, and the mojo wasn't, the desire was there, but the mojo had kind of left. and the ability to come up with a good tune are gone. I'm a bit barren, musically, creatively barren. So I thought, you know what, I'll focus on the drawing. I'll go back and do my drawing, and I'll come back to the keyboard. And then in 2012, basically, I sold all the synthesizers and equipment and put this bench in. Because from that time, at about 2005, when I thought, I'll just go and do the drawing, because the mojo's gone, and I never came back. It just never came back. And in the end, when I had the urge to do this, I knew I had to just push all that aside. I didn't want to, because I've had some of those synths for like 15 years, but I knew it wasn't going to come back. And I was sad about it, but I knew something new was going to come. So if it does come to the point where, you know, your mojo goes and you don't see how it's going to come back, don't be sad about it. It's just the way things come. You might come. I left this hobby in like 1980. About 1991, I stopped making models. I came back in 2011, 12. You might come back to it later, but there's no point forcing anything. Right. Take the 2 undercarriage doors, 2 hinge retainers, and 4 more extra 6 screws. So we have this is this way and that way. That's that one. That's this one. Line up the right undercarriage door this way round. Which is the right undercarriage door? Is it labelled 1 or 2? 2. I've got handy numbers on the inside. So we want 2. Go this way round. Line up the right undercarriage door. Holes in the engine mount. Fix the hinges through the holes. There we go. Almost. No. Get in the hole. Don't go to the restaurant. Where are Whiskey and Lulu? Eh. That's a very tight and uncomfortably tight fit. Is this forever? There we go, that's on. That goes on like that. Yes, Foxy, we're back in 1991 135th scale models were far cheaper than they are today, says Athel. Yeah. Andy McLeish says, nearly time to head home. So, well, thanks for coming in, Andy. Take care, buddy. I will come back into the chat shortly. Just a quick reminder, because YouTube are quite narky about demonetizing content that's explicitly discussing the current medical situation. If you can, please refrain from using the C word, the V word, the P word, directly discussing the current medical scenario. Obviously, you can talk about it loosely and indirectly, but they do run algorithms to look for various aspects of the whole conversation that is to be had and demonetizing streams. And this is what I do for a living, so can't afford to lose monetization. If you would be so kind. I mean, I know I've discussed things loosely, like, you know, staying at home and stuff like that, but that's fine. This is not a medical stream. I am not giving medical advice. Put the projecting pins on the other side of the engine mount, like that. And open very far. Holding the door in place. It's not coming off. Not coming off. Take one of the hinge retainers. Hinge retainer, which goes this way up. Fits over the 2 lugs. Yeah, big lug. I need my tweezers. Need my tweezers. Yeah, so refrain from any direct, obvious discussion of the... I was about to pull my hat down then because I thought it was my magnifying visor. I or idiot. Right, it goes on there. Okay, so I'm going to put 2. I'm going to put these screws in loosely because I don't want to jam everything in. Not have any wiggle room for corrections. These are going to go in loosely. Loosely. Oops. When I'm doing them like just sort of virtually finger tacks, and I've got screws to put on the other side as well. So we'll get those in. and then we'll do all the full tightening up later on. The door, I've got to say, it doesn't open very far. It's a bit clicky. I don't like clicky. Also, it doesn't actually seem to... Very weird hinge. Have I done something wrong here? That doesn't seem to be... Yeah. Aha! There we go. There we go. Good lad. Little bit of clickage, and it went in its hole. Get in your box. I'm going to take my hat off, actually, because you know what? It's not that comfortable wearing a hat for that long. Much as it's an awesome hat. No, it's not a baseball cap. I refuse to wear baseball caps. Coffee. It is, in fact, a... What year is it? Don't know the year. I think 1944. Cap flying summer, size 7 3/8, type B1. The B1 flying cap, American World War II pilot cap. I don't do baseball caps, and I never will. Let's have a look. Have a quick look at chat. If I'll do chat in a minute, I'll get this finished first. I'll do chat in a minute. This is going to be exactly the same way around, isn't it? Basically, I think so. We shall do the same again. Which will be this way, like that. You see, that goes in the hole like that. Yes, excellent. That then pops over there like that. Oh, get in, lad, get in. Go on. I don't know how the other one clicked into place and this one hasn't. I don't know what I did to make it click in place. It just kind of clicked in place. There we go. There we go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I did. It's different now. There we go. That's in place. Come on, be happy. It's Glazed MacGuffin Day. Nobody will get that reference. Nobody will get that reference. If you get that reference, I will give you 10 internet points. Come on, be happy. It's Glazed MacGuffin Day. Right, stuff to sort out, then drive home. Catch you later, says Chris at Gross Models. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Like I said, I might later on, after I've gone and made me dinner, I might later on do another stream, but possibly try and get some of the guys to come in on it, so do like a hangout or a StreamYard thing instead. Now, I don't actually have StreamYard because it's $20 a month, and I haven't got $20 a month, but you can get 20 hours free every month, so I might try StreamYard later on. Wow, how are you supposed to get that open? You can't... Oh, you wedge your finger under there. There we go. Right, so there we have. Ooh, my under area. We have some undercarriage, which is actually quite reluctant to stay open. It actually wants to close, which is a good thing in a way, but also not good when you've got landing gear there. So there's some landing gear. Undercarriage. So that is issue 24. That's that bit done. There we go. So you can see now, I'm assuming, these two girt big holes in there that you can see, them two girt big holes, that's where you'll put landing leg. It'll just plonk into there, I bet. So there we go, that's that bit done. So that's issue 24. Have a quick look at chat, see what people are doing. Let's have a look. Drink a coffee. I've got a tickly throat at the moment, and it's not because of anything, it's just that I'm talking non-stop. Space Hamster is off. Alright, I'm off. I'm going to hang at a friend's place, and it's just 2 people, and I'm helping her with the taxis, so don't at me. Don't hate me. Just realise how yellow those walls are. Yes, when this room was decorated, It was decorated with the idea that in the summer the yellow walls would make it nice and sunny and warm feeling. Now, in later years, of course, I'm filming. Yellow walls are the worst possible thing because I really need white walls so all the light can... Yeah, but actually getting this room empty to decorate it, it's not happening anytime soon. Ray Aquilina, hello my friend. Welcome, Ray. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Justin Ackerman says doing a straight build to get my mojo. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing if you're trying to ease yourself back into it and you've built Gunpla before, then sometimes just putting a Gunpla together, not painting it, just putting a Gunpla together can be a good idea. Just gets you back at the bench. Fox, are you going to paint the X-Wing? Asks Azajin. I assume it's Azajin, could be Azajin. I do apologise if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Azajin. Yes, I'm going to paint this. This paint job is... Yeah, it's not what I would do. It's fine if you can't paint a model, you're not a model maker, and you just like doing part works, it's fine. But this is, this will get a complete repaint. I'm assembling it now. There'll probably be some disassembly when it's finally built, so that we can do a final paint job. But for the most of it, I won't need to take it apart. I can just paint it like it's a normal model of an X-Wing. So yes, there will be a complete repaint. Once this is built and done in a year and a half, 2 years' time, there'll be a complete how to paint video. Let's have a look. It took me about 6 months before I messaged you, says Justin. Yeah, sometimes it can be a while. Excuse me. It's not hip-hop, it's electronica. Shaun of the Dead quote. I actually call my music symphonic electronica purely because when I first started, in the early days of the internet, there was a website called mp3.com. Not the mp3.com you might know now, which is garbage. It used to be a website purely for independent musicians, like people who don't have labels, just Joe Schmo like me, to upload their music and people can download it and listen to it, and they make a little bit. It's like YouTube for music, and there were no proper artists on there. It wasn't any labels or anything. It was just purely independent stuff. And so I had my music on there for a couple of years, maybe a little bit of money. One of my tracks actually made me $3,000 in a week. I'm like, yes, get in. And then they kind of stopped doing that and decided just to have proper musicians on there, like proper labels and bands. And it was like, oh, and the independents got pushed to one side. So I don't know, but yes, the reason I call mine Symphonic Electronica is because I had to categorise my music to put them on mp3.com, and the nearest category that was anything like I kind of did was Symphonic Electronica. So I put it in that category, and that name kind of stuck. I quite like it. Symphonic Electronica. Somebody went. Justin Ackerman. Well, got to go later, everyone. Thanks, Justin. Take care, buddy. I would assume you're out of all options if you're asking Fox for medical advice. Yeah, don't ask me for medical advice. How many of the wings is this now for this kit, says Dan Kramer. Hey Dan. Dan from the Miskatonic podcast. Miskatonic University podcast. This is the second wing. There are 4, obviously. Underdog Painting. Hey guys, hope all are well and safe. Yeah, welcome Underdog. How you doing? Okay, matey. I thought be on the 3rd or 4th wing by now. He's only been going for 24 issues. There's a lot to do. I had to Google glazed MacGuffin Day, and it was pleasantly surprised to remind of the amazing, awesome Salmon Max, says Candy Graham from Mongo. Yeah, but you Googled it, so you don't get the internet points. I'm not making this one, but I did get pulled into the Ecto 1 build. That's a great kit, says Dan. Yeah. I've never done a part work before, but then I started doing the Warhammer Conquest, and then I did the big Millennium Falcon that I never finished. And then I got offered to do this, so I'm quite enjoying it. Is that artisan? Oh, I'll start that again. Tomcat asks, is that ArtStation organisation you're using for your desk? No, this is all Hobby Zone stuff. I love Hobby Zone stuff. These guys are awesome. I've got the bits here and bits here. 3 drawer, double drawers. These double drawers are perfect for Citadel paints. They're just the right height. They will hold paints. They will hold the contrast paints, which are a bit taller. They won't sadly hold shades because they're not quite tall enough. for shades. That's why all my shades are up there. Yeah, they're just about. I love Hobby Zone stuff. Hobby Zone stuff, awesome. What are you working on during lockdown? Says James Stewart. I'm working for this stream for today. I'm catching up with the DeAgostini Build Your Own X-Wing. I was thinking that if I got all this done before the end of the stream, then I would suddenly jump into some of my Warhammer Conquest, because I've got the latest 4 issues and I can just do some Warhammer Conquesty bits. But I don't think I'll get finished now because I need to go make the tea soon. I might carry on with the Conquest stuff later on, but I've still got 2 issues to do. But yeah, that's what I'm working on at the minute. Tomcat181. Tomcat, where are you? Are you in the US or somewhere? I can't remember where you are now. I think it's available in the US. I do have a load of Hobby Zone stuff in my Amazon store in the UK. But my US Amazon store, I couldn't find much at all of the Hobby Zone stuff in there. But there are, if you look at my Amazon store, link in the description below the video, there are some desk organizers in there. There's a couple of the Hobby Zone ones, but the American Amazon, most of the Hobby Zone stuff is remote control planes. They don't seem to have a lot of this stuff. But you can go to the guys directly, Hobby Zone. It's hobbyzone.pl. HOBBYZONE.pl. They're really nice guys. They actually sent me these drawers, these 2 drawer units here. I ordered these and they sent me the wrong ones. They sent me 2 of these 3 drawer units instead. So instead of these, 15 quid each, they sent me 2 of these, which were no use. So I said, you've sent me the wrong ones. They went, don't worry, we'll send you the right ones. Keep the 3 drawer ones. So I was able to gift those to somebody else and they sent me the right ones. So they are really nice guys. Yes, if you're in the UK, my Amazon store has a load of Hobby Zone stuff in it. If you're in the US, I couldn't find much to put in my Amazon store. I'll be really honest with you. Athol says, guess what time it is? Empty belly needs filling, so I'm off, and no jokes about me being off for ages. You've been off for ages, dude. Thanks for coming in, Athol. Thomas Segato says, hey Guru, thanks for the Warhammer Conquest series. I will start mine as soon as I get the last tools. Thank you. Welcome, Thomas. You are welcome. If you're not aware, by the way, the Warhammer Conquest thing, I've stopped doing the painting for now. I'm just getting everything built. And then when I've had the last issues received and I've got everything built and assembled, I'm going to go back and do the painting. But I'm not going to follow the magazine. I've abandoned following the magazine because it's kind of not, it's garbage. It's not garbage. It's just not the best paint job. I've abandoned that because there's no point me showing you how to do exactly what the magazine tells you to do. So instead, I'm going to get them all built. And then later this year, when I've got everything built and there's nothing left to be sent to me, I'll start paint, and I'll do painting series, proper paint jobs, and I'll split them down into like painting a Space Marine, painting a Land Speeder, painting a Primaris Captain, painting a Plague Marine, painting a whatever. I won't do like 35 episodes of painting each Poxwalker, but I'll do like 1 Space Marine, 1 Plague Marine, 1 Poxwalker. I'll do the one, all the named character ones, like the specific, like the Tallyman and some of the champion figures. I'll paint them individually, but the generic Marines, I'll do 1 episode for all of them, kind of thing. What are we on about? Star Wars Rebels. Dave Filoni. Yep, we like Dave Filoni because Star Wars Rebels was good. Star Wars Clone Wars, the animated series, was really good. Star Wars, that one that was on this year, the one with that wasn't very good. What was it called? The one with the latest one, though, everything was too overexposed and there was no outlines and it looked like really badly. You couldn't tell. I can't remember what it was called. It was that uninteresting. The one that was set on like an oil rig water world type thing. Star Wars something. I'm so unimpressed with it. I can't remember what it was called. But there, that was rubbish. Inside the sublight engines. Okay. Oh no, it's the bit with the spinny turbine blade that I'm probably going to swear a lot and break. Oh dear. Oh well. How about painting a Space Marine bike? Why, yeah, Yoda. The Space Marine bikes, they will be the final thing I make. When I'm getting all the stuff built for Conquest, they will be the last thing I make because I hate them. And they'll also be the last thing I paint because I hate them. And I'll paint 1. I'm not splitting them into the bikes and the bike with the sidecar. I'm painting 1 of them. Right, so we want issue 26. That's not even the right... I'm looking at the wrong one. Do you know? Box. Special. So, Rogue One. Rogue One. Garvin Dryce, the old man. There's some original Star Wars stuff. Lock S-Files in the attack position. Oh, Garvin Dryce is the one that's like... He's kind of... Well, he's the commander. Cut the chatter, Red 5. I don't know if it's him that says... it's not him, the one that says... switch all power to front deflector screen. Switch all power to front deflector screen. It's the pause that makes it. Switch all power to front and deflector screens. I don't know why. It works. That I like that. I like the original New Hope. It's fantastic. Snowman is in. Hey, Snowman. Still stuck at home, says Snowman. Never mind, dude. It'll soon pass. That's why we're doing what we're doing today. Resistance. Yeah, Star Wars Resistance. That was the animated series. It was kind of garbage. It really didn't interest me at all. Just like... just was not... I didn't like the visuals. I didn't like the look of it at all. It looked too overexposed. The colours were too overexposed. There was no... I don't know, it was really weird. It was like CGI cell shading, but not quite right. I didn't like it. I watched half of the... I think 2/3 of the first season. Yeah, I gave up on it in the end. I mean, it took me a while to get into Rebels, but Rebels had interesting characters. I like Clone Wars. I'll tell you what, I watched... I didn't know there'd been a Netflix... Was it Netflix? I think it was a Netflix exclusive season of Star Wars Clone Wars. I thought it ended with season 5 where Ahsoka Tano goes off in disgrace. And that was it. I didn't realise there was a whole extra season after that. So I watched that. And I've got to tell you, I'd forgotten the... my favourite... Of all the droids in Clone Wars, my favourite droids of all of them were the... I think they were the tactical droids. They had like a almost a beak-like face like that, and the visor over their eyes, and they had this really sort of way of speaking that was really mesmerising, almost like through a vocoder, but they'd speak really flat and then go down at the end. I do not believe this is the right course of action. And they always walk with their hands behind their backs. I loved them. They were great. I think I was desperate. I was looking for a model of one of those at one point, but never found one. I think they were tactical droids. I'm not sure. They were always like assistants to the sort of the barons. The guy with the spider head. What the fudge has you done to your hair? Oh, Cy Reynolds. Hi, Cy. Dad says the most important question: what's on the bench and what's in your belly? What are you working on right now? And what are you having for your dinner, or what have you had for your dinner? What have I done to my hair, Fox? Says Cy. Last time I saw you, you had a glorious mullet. It's heading towards warms time of the year, where it gets too warm to have long hair and a big fluffy beard. Also, I kind of look like a fat hobo with mental health issues, and also I can't go out to get shampoo, and I was running out of shampoo, and I really did not have so much shampoo being used. So, yeah, it was like number 2. So I was saying earlier on, this is literally an all over number 2. I did my hair and thought I'll just do my beard as well. All over number 2. Right, what am I doing? This needs to go on here like this, you see. I need my Twizzlers. Meant for a younger audience, I gave up after 2 episodes, says Tomcat. Yeah, Star Wars. What was it? Resistance, did you say? I can't remember now. Yeah, it was the visuals that put me off more than anything else, I think. It was the look of it. Didn't work for me at all. That needs to go in there like that. Things into the holes. Yes. Yeah, were they tactical droids? I can't remember. They were like I say, they always have the their arms behind the back, and they had a big barrely body, and then the face always reminded me of one of the robots from Mystery Science Theater 3000. It had like this beak shape, and then this visor around its eyes like that. I'd love a model of one of them. I think you can get them as action figures, but I don't think you can get them as models. Not the crappy Roger droid, not them. You know, the combat droids, not battle droids, but I think they were tactical droids. I think. Anyway, they were cool. I nearly snapped off the bits off that then. I may have actually snapped one of these now. May have broken it. Oh no. Hang on. Tactical or tactician droid, says Dan. Yeah, I think that's what they were. They had various different voices, but they always... I've snapped the thing off there now. Look, it's broken now. That's bust, that is. Oh. Glue will be required on this one, because the thing has snapped. Yeah, we'll have to glue that. Get the glue. Gentlemen, glue your bits. Well, we'll get it in place first. It might just stay in place once it's in. This goes like that. Put that there, put that there. That goes on there like that. It's amazing I've already built one of these and I've already forgotten how I built it. Yeah, it'll have to be glued on, isn't it? I think. Oh, I think. Oh no, maybe not. Stay in place, or I'd have to glue it. I'm going to have to glue that, aren't I? I think. I don't know, but we'll try. Oh, it's just not staying on now. It's not staying on now, Mum. Coming off now. No. I have to glue that on. Let's get some glue. Gentlemen, glue your bits. Doesn't really matter. You're not actually going to see this anyway. I have decided, you'll know from earlier episodes if you watch them, but although I'm going to be painting this, I was originally planning on perhaps, what the plan was perhaps originally was to get it all together, check it out, and then completely repaint it. Take it all back apart again and repaint it. Strip it down, repaint it. However, you know, take the engine apart and paint the interior. However, I'm not going to do that. I have decided. The engine interiors, I'm going to build them obviously, but the engine interiors, you can't really see them, and it's going to be a major pain in the bum to get in there and paint them. So they're just going to be left as they are, because the plan I've got for the weathering means that most of, when you look down the intake, you can see inside where the actual engine is. You can. There's nothing in the back of that one. It's a complete hole, so you can see the bits inside. Now I would paint them, but the plan I've got for the weathering means they'll be kind of covered in the weathering anyway, so you wouldn't see anything I painted. So I'm quite happy to leave them as the silver and gold components that they come out of the packet, and then they'll get weathered along with the rest of it. So yeah, I'm not painting the interior of the engines. Theoretically, I could, you know, skip this step altogether, but there's some structures in here that are needed for wiring and stuff. Nothing on my belly. Going to start my next Hellspawn thingy, says Snowman. Team Inept says, now you understand my link in the mod chat. Oh, that was a picture of me. Dad, did you find any of my links to the X-Wing stuff? I don't think you did you? Never mind. The problem now is though you look much more like Chris. Different glasses. Less like Chris. Oh yes, I had a very important question for chat. I need to know, my E-Models hat, is it actually too small? Is it actually too small for my head, if you see it from all angles? Is it too small? Is it too big? I don't know. I've got less hair now. I don't even know if it's in shot. Is it actually too small for me to wear? I can't quite figure out if it's the right size or too small at all. So do let me know if this hat is not the right size. Hello. Yeah, done the link. Oh, thanks, Dad. Cheers, buddy. I can't tell if this hat is the right size or not. I don't know. It doesn't really help when you look in the mirror and you can't see. It just looks weird. It's a weird hat, but I quite like it. If you remember, the blue E-Models hat got retired because it's a bit old and worn. So this is the new E-Models hat. It's got my Warhammer badges on it and a rather pleasant feather. but I don't know if it's a little bit too small. We'll put that over there anyway. Right, where are we up to? Did you see Adam Savage's stream yesterday? He started building the Ecto 1 part work, weathering as he went, says Cy Reynolds. Cool. I actually unsubscribed from Tested because the stuff Norm was doing was making me far too angry. So I haven't watched any of the stuff on there. Norm just constantly triggering me, so I gave up and decided safest for my sanity not to subscribe. Yeah. It was required. Right, so now I just put the greebles onto the engine cowling. So we need this piece here, which goes like that. And what were we talking about? I've forgotten now what we were talking about. See, I'm busy doing stuff, so I'm forgetting what I'm talking about, and therefore I really have lost the thread. I take it back when I take the mickey out of Chris when he loses what the chat's been doing. It's completely understandable, to be honest. Right, so we need... I've got to line these up now. Ooh, hang on. Right, so C and D. So C is rear. C is that one. Yes. Which goes here like that, you'll see. 1, 2, 3. I appreciate you can't quite see this because it's hundreds of miles away. But I thought doing it this way, with me actually able to look at you guys, look at the camera, might be a bit more personal than just my hands and the desk. Do let me know. I mean, I'm always open for feedback. Let me know in the chat if this is better, if you prefer this. I mean, if this was a proper, like, you know, how to make a model type thing, or when I was doing a specific build or something, I want you to see the action, what's actually happening. But this is more like a social stream. This is more like me hanging out with you guys. It's just that I don't have the facility to have... Yeah, I haven't got Streamlabs, so I can't have lots of other people here. And Google Hangouts is garbage because it's the wrong way around, but I may have to use it. So I figured we'll try this anyway while I'm doing stuff on here. Try this. I need D, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know. More feedback is appreciated. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really have lost the thread of whatever I was talking about though. I can't remember. It's all gone from my head. Done it, Fox. Thank you, Fox. You look fine. It's sized well. I like the hat for you. I have a daily wear fedora as well. It's a little small, Fox. You should be able to pull it down if you want, says Edward Leonard. That's the thing. It does feel like it's a little bit too small. If I push it down, I mean, apart from the fact I've got that badge on the side, and this digs into the side of my head, the bit on the inside. That's my own fault, though. I can pull it down, but it's supposed to be, because it's not a fedora, it's like it's a cross between a trilby and a pork pie. So if I go like that, I'm doing all 1980s, like, yeah, it's not right if I do it like that. If I do it like that, I don't know, it seems a little small, but I can't go and get a new one now because I can't get into Manchester. So there you go, it'll have to do. It'll do for Monday nights anyway. I don't mind this at all since it's a chat. Yeah, the focus is really you guys hanging out and having company in the chat is the main focus here, to be perfectly honest. So I just thought I'd give it a try with me looking at you guys or facing you guys for once, rather than just being Mr. Comedy Hands or whatever it was called. I was called once, Mr. Comedy Jazz Hands or something similar, I seem to recall. Yeah, now this one went in much better than the other engine, where these were quite feisty and didn't want to go in. Oh, throat's really dry today. Because I'm talking, not because of anything else. Don't panic. We have, that bit goes there. We have the little U. Oh no, I've got to do this one first. F, E, E, F, E, F, E, F. F goes there. I think. F goes here. Let's do the other one first. Let's do this one first. This goes here like this, you see. So what else has been going on? So yes, anyway, that is the plan. So I had planned to do my silver Templars this week, but because of, you know, having to get everything sorted for isolation, that's not happened. But I don't want to delay the Falcon anymore. It's been a long time since I've done an E-Models build, and I do have a commitment to build the stuff for E-Models, so it's only right then that I glue this in because it's a bit loose. It's only right then that I start on the Falcon build. Toot sweet. Which I shall do. So I will be starting the Perfect Grey Millennium Falcon next week. That'll be a proper build series though, so that won't be a live stream series. Or if it does any live streaming, it'll be on E-Models channel. So I will try also next week to get some of this kind of streams done before the weekend. And then this piece goes here like that, just like this. Diddly bomb, diddly bomb. The Silver Templars, I will get them done. I've got them all built. I do need to do some testing for the paint scheme idea that I had. But so they'll get done, but it might be a few weeks yet. Oh. That on that, and then the last one is the little U-shaped doohickey. Doohickey. What I'm glad we didn't get with these 5 issues is the next interior silver bit with all the exhaust pipes, because I wouldn't have liked to have been making that on the live stream, because that was excellent swear territory. That was proper frustrating time, that was. That in that. Reinforce that with a little tiny bit. What is the scale of the X-Wing, says Frankie Ortiz. It is 1/18 scale. I shall show you in a moment an entire wing, so you can see exactly how big it is. I meant to get it out earlier on and I forgot. Right, that's this one done. So I've only got issue 26 to go. Just for Frankie, and somebody else was asking earlier on, I'll show you a wing. Give me cameras over there, you fool. 1 second, I shall show you how big this puppy is going to be. I shall see if I can attach the cannon before you see it, so give me a second. And I'm a little bit off camera. Something fell off. No, what was it? I don't know. That goes on there like that. Be very careful of the little thin things. There we go. Right, so get this bit on here. This is the scale of it. This is how big it's going to be. That is one complete wing. Yeah, that's my head. That's the wing. Yeah, it's not going to be small. It's going to be a big puppy. Oh, clang. So, yeah, when I was saying about earlier on, like not painting the interior of the engine, under this piece of cowling here, flood the cowling, plenty of it. This sort of silver metallic bit under here is a whole engine section that sits inside the engine area. It's a nightmare to build. And there's a bit inside here, like all this gold piece and stuff in here. You can just about see it. You can see a little touch of gold in there, but it's hard to see anyway. And then as soon as I do the weathering I've got planned, it'll just all be engine interior coloured. So there's no point me taking this apart and painting it. So I'm going to leave. When I paint this, this is going to be left assembled and painted up. I don't need to disassemble it. So I do now know that once the wings are actually assembled, that's it. I don't need to take them apart again. So yeah, that's how big a wing is. I've got to take this off now again. Hang on. I've just taken this off for storage, but there's metal frame in there, so that's pretty darn heavy as well. Let me put this away. Ooh, Putting it away. Dibba-dibba-dibba-doo. Not only do I not know really where I'm going to put it when it's finished, I'm kind of not really sure I'm going to store it while it's ongoing. Because right now I can fit a couple of wings in the box I've got, but yeah, once I get more wings and a fuselage, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Oh, this will give you another idea. That's the cockpit. Yeah, it's going to be big. 1/18 scale. Oh my, says Frankie. Yes. I can't wait to see the Millennium Falcon build. This is going to be epic. It's the perfect grade Falcon, not the big DeAgostini Falcon. I'm looking forward to your Falcon build. Doesn't like a small kit. Hope you cross pond are safe and sound, says Frankie. Yeah, and you too, buddy. Hope you guys are over there are doing all right. I'm assuming you're in the US. With a name like Frankie, I'm going to guess that. I hope all my viewers are safe and sound. Like I was saying at the start, you weren't here when we said it, but first and foremost, this is a stream for people to keep themselves entertained during, for example, self-isolation. Or quarantine, if you want to call it that. However, because YouTube have a thing of demonetizing videos that discuss such matters, please do not use the obvious C word, V word, or P word in the chat, because this is what I do for my living, and if it gets demonetized, that's my livelihood. So please don't use those words in chat. But yeah, I hope you're all safe. I am in isolation. I'm stuck at home, but I'm not ill. I'm in isolation because Mama Fox is vulnerable. Hang on. Get off your finger. Mama Fox is in the at-risk category. So the last thing I want to do is go out into the outside world, pick up nearly said the V word then, pick up any nasties, and then give them to Mama Fox, because that could potentially be a death sentence. So that's not going to happen. So we have isolated here. But it's not going to be for 7 days or 14 days. It is till it's all blown over, basically. So this could be, I could be isolated here for months. So I figured I may as well do some live streams to keep me sane. Way! Yeah. Hey all, I'm out. Be safe to all. Catch you guys in the next stream, says Eric Graham. Take care, buddy. Basically, it's a proper scale chip for action figures, yes. I think the action figures are 1/18 scale. Now, I do not know. I did say at the start. Get rid of that. This is a part work. It's a DeAgostini part work. It's available in the UK, the Republic of Ireland, the US, where it came out first, I think in Australia, and some other territories. Dad did post some links in the chat earlier on, but I do have links. Excuse me, I do have links for the UK, ROI, and I think rest of the world places where you can subscribe to this part work, to the X-Wing, if you want to. It is a DeAgostini part work. They're not in this video because I forgot to put them in the description for this video, but if you go to my YouTube homepage and go to playlists and created playlists, or if you go to my website, modelmaking.guru, and go to the YouTube page, there'll be a link there to the playlist for this DeAgostini X-Wing. On most of the videos, obviously not all, on most of them, there should be, in the description below the video, there should be some links for the different nationality places where you can go and sign up if you want to do the part work. If you want to do the part work. Right, so, last little bit. This bit that looks like a toothpaste tube lid needs to go on there. Plenty of it. Flood the cowling. Goes on there. Press the parts together firmly. Tomcat says he sold the Falcon, says Dan Kramer. This can give you a chance to work on the Yamato after the Falcon is done. Yes, I also have my big space battleship Yamato, which is not up there now, it's down here now. I had a clear out. Yes, Dan, if you meant the big DeAgostini Millennium Falcon, that's now been sold because I don't have the space to work on it. It's been sold on somebody else. So I'll never finish the DeAgostini Millennium Falcon. I will, of course, though, finish the Perfect Grade Falcon, which will be next week. We have... Now, this is a bit you could not bother with if you wanted to. We've got 2 hydraulic adjuster links, which makes me sad because when you see them... I know you guys can't see them there, but when you see them, they're like little hydraulic rams, pistons, and I can understand why they're there, because they look perfectly placed to move these 2 pieces open and closed on the engine, and it's like a brilliant bit of design. This makes perfect sense. The problem is I've not put it in right. The problem is as soon as you put this engine together, you can't see them at all. And I can't get this bit out now, and it's gone in wrong. Yeah, so it's like a little piston, and you get this bit here and that bit there that we had to glue in. It's almost as if these rams will make them open and close to affect the flow of whatever it is that goes through. And that's like, that's cool, but you'll never see them because the moment they put the two engine halves together, they get covered up. So it's almost like you don't even need to bother putting these in, really. But I appreciate the fictional engineering reason for them being there. Because then what you do is you put the other half on that, and it covers them up. And it's really sad. They're called hydraulic adjusters, and it does, in my mind, the head cannon, it makes it look like this bit goes up and down inside. It makes sense as to why they're there. We need to do this. So that is there like that. That goes together. The rear cone to the turbo generator to the turbo encabulator. With the reciprocating dingle arm. Yes. This bit was tight last time. Let's see if it's tight this time. Oh. Yes, of course it's tight. Oh. Now this bit here, the bit looks like a Viking helmet. You could actually not bother with this at all. Or I could, because I'm not going to paint the engine. But even if you didn't paint the engine, even if you painted the engine, once this is in there and that's it will completely be locked away and sealed. The only reason this is included in this is pointless busy work. It's to give you something to do, to get extra issues. There is literally no benefit to assembling this part. Or, unless you want to make some kind of cutaway version of this kit, where you'd add loads of extra wiring and stuff like that, which is something you could do. You'd have a lot of mod work involved, but it's something you could do. That went together a lot easier than the last one, I've got to be honest. Dreading that. But unless, you know, if you were just putting the engine together, if you were just painting the exterior of the engine components, you wouldn't see any of this. You just would not see any of it at all. This needs to go there like that. I know it's a really tight fit. Get in the little hole. There you go. It's in. I got it in now. I don't know what that noise was. I've never made a noise like that before. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's in. Ain't going nowhere, that puppy. This needs to go on here like this. Preferably without snappage this time, if you wouldn't mind. Yes, I was hoping there was a model. There was a model kit, a small-scale model kit of the Clone Wars tactical droid, because that I love the look of them and I love the sound of them. But sadly, there isn't. Right, so they don't go together yet, but I'll just put them together out of the way. So that is that. That is there. And this now means we have finished all these issues. Have now been assemblated. We are done. Done. That's issue 26 done. So I am now up to date. It'll be another 5 weeks, theoretically, before I get the next lot. Yes, anyway, I was saying earlier on, yes, it's, for those who weren't here at the start, I'm not paying for this. This is being provided to me by DeAgostini, which is very, very kind of them. I don't know if I'm subscribed to the regular package or the premium package. The premium package, you actually get a pilot figure, plus you get some vehicles and figures for like the docking bay with the little vehicles and dudes and maintenance guys. I don't think I'm on that though, because you're supposed to start getting those with your 6th or 7th issue. I haven't received anything. I can't check because I'm not on a normal subscription package. DeAgostini basically subscribed me on my behalf at no cost, so I don't have an account. I can't go and check what I'm due to receive. Get these glasses off now. So I don't actually know. I don't think I'm on the premium package, and if I'm not going to complain. I'm getting this free of charge. I can't complain. But a big, massive thank you to DeAgostini for sending me all this stuff. I really do appreciate it. It's super, super awesome of them. But yeah, if I am, then I will get a pilot figure and I'll do a proper that. He will get an episode all to himself, and there's like 6 or 7 dudes in 1/18 scale. So it'd be like an action figure. It might not be very good, but you know, we'll see. TK's in. Hey TK. Hello gang. Hi Fox. Gotta love an unexpected stream after getting in from work, says Cynical Steve. Yes. What I will do, I'm not going to go just right now because I'm going to open up the Warhammer Conquest issues that I've got and show you what's in them. I won't be doing anything with them because they'll just go into the pile of Warhammer Sundays stuff. But yes, anyway, this is being provided to me by DeAgostini. So massive thanks to them. There was another point I was going to make, and I can't remember what that point was. It's gone completely. But we've done that. So we're up to issue 26 is done now. So another 4 or 5 weeks, we'll get the next 5 issues. And we'll see what's it's going to be. Yeah, fiddly nonsense. I think if the next issue includes the fiddly silver stuff for the engine, I won't be doing that on a live stream. So yeah. So I'm going to put these to one side. If you give me a moment, I shall get myself an bag to put these in. Just out of the way. Safe and sound. Yeah, das ist richtig. Can go in there. I can sit there like that. I shall put these to one side. I'll grab me Conquest bits. Hang on a minute, I've got a little bit of tidying up to do now. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Ooh, my area. Ooh. Goes there. Just talking now so you know the stream hasn't crashed. Otherwise you wouldn't know if the stream had crashed. Because you'd have silence and an image that wasn't changing. Right, so that can go there. Is that all the bits? That's all the bits. Yes, that can go here. Join me for a live stream where you get to see me tidying up. How exciting! Very exciting. How excited? Are you excited? You should be. That goes there. That goes there. Yeah, it goes there. You see. Right. A great big box there. I need to throw away. But for now, I'll put that there, and I'll do this, and I'll put him there. Now, let's have a look. And see what we could have won with Warhammer Conquest. I'll have a quick look at chat first, though. Let's have a look. Cynical Steve, well, we did that one. Dan meant the PG Falcon. Cool, yep. Cynical Steve says, I don't think I'll ever finish the DeAgostini Falcon either, but I'll be happy if I start it one day. If you've got the space, you should do it. Back from the nursery run. Have I missed any Stabbity, says Clarky. No. No Stabbity. It's all been screwdriverings today. I did. No appendages remain intact, but he did break a piece of the engine, though, says Dan. Yes, I did. I snapped off a little thing and it had to be glued into place. Not the news I was expecting, says Clarky. Yes. Right, so that's that bit done. Let's do a quick little bit of the Warhammer Conquest. I'll look and see what was in these packages. Then we'll finish. I'll go make me dinner. Like I said, the plan is I might come back later on this evening. If I'm able to. I'll give you a little bit of this.
Slap it on.
Because Ted doesn't often get to say much. I've got to be careful here because it's got my address on this. So I don't want to show my address off to the world. So this should be the next 4 issues, I think, of Warhammer Conquest things, but it's a very big package. So I'm guessing there's a lot of plastic involved. And possibly a book, I don't know. One is not sure. Let me just hide any documents. Conquest Special Letter, 75, 76, 78, Premium 75, 76, 78, and a novel. Okay, cool. Ah. Right, so that goes there. What do we have? We have magazine. 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 Book. Empty bag. Right, so let's have a look at what we got. First of all, we have Blade Oath by Andy Clark. If you remember, in the last few issues, we have not only had the Silver Templars launched and announced in Warhammer Conquest, because they didn't exist. There was no such chapter as the Silver Templars until they got mentioned in the Warhammer Conquest. We've had a book, a sort of background fluff book about them. We've had plastic kits, or rather we've had some generic kits of Space Marines, Primaris Marines. And we've had the How to Paint Them book. Now we've got a book of fiction book, and it's really nice, that. Cost me £9.99. This is be £9.99 on my next bill. Look at that shiny metal bit there. Yes, let's have a quick look. Blade Oath. Are we ready? The Seraph... That went wrong, didn't it? Hang on. Yeah. The seraph trees of Ultak grew long leaves tipped with blade-like fronds, the colour of blood. In the planet's scarlet season, the canopies of the southern polar jungles became oceans of coppery red, hissing and whispering like a frightened crowd. And so it had been for as long as human records had been kept upon the world, but not this year. This year, a foul blight had turned the scarlet season into naught but rot. Ah, you have to pay for it if you want to read any more. So there we go, Blade Oath by Andy Clark. Oh, sniffles again. Hang on, I got a sniffly nose. Now, I shall read that at some point. I'm going to have a bit of time on my hands for the next few months. Beyond Hope, good evening, and fellow isolationists. Good evening, Beyond Hope. Oh, sniffly times. Right. Let's have a look at the latest issues. Look. Read it and wait. So we've got issue 75, 6, 7 and 8. And of course, these issues are the plastic for the Primaris Repulsor. 3 lots of plastic. And this one's a bit skimpy. It's the base and the clear plastic bit, which is a bit pants. Let's get these out. Have a quick looky see. Because let's be honest, let's be really honest about this. This is really the only bit that most people really want. I mean, the stuff you get in these is really good, but this is the kit that everybody's been like, oh, I really just want that one kit. Oh, yeah, that's a Repulsor Tank Part 1. Repulsor! And now I'm a long way away from the camera. War gear. Wars of Iron. During the 41st millennium, the clan companies of the Iron Hands have pursued merciless campaigns against the Imperium's foes. As the galaxy descends further into madness and slaughter, their relentless, emotionless tactics are required on an ever more regular basis. Invicta Tactical Warsuit, that's the one with the actual Spec Marine in it, who isn't yet dead. Making a Silver Templar. More fluff for the Silver Templars. Forces of the Eldari, the Inari. Becoming a Silver Templar. You too could become a Silver Templar. Simply send a self-addressed envelope to BBC Television Centre, London W12 8QT, with your name, your address, and a postal order for £7.22. And a self-addressed envelope. Some more fluff. Cool. So we have our first sprue for the what do we call it? The Repulsor. Repulsor. Now this what I'm doing here is in lieu of me doing an actual Warhammer Conquest video for these 4 issues. So if you're watching this is why you've had 2 hours of stuff beforehand, because given the current situation, it's not really. I'm not going to sit down and do a 6-hour load of work for this, because given what's going on at the minute, it's kind of other things are more important. So that's why this is a live stream. So this is issue 75, lots of fluff, and the detail on that is fantastic. I'm looking forward to making it. I'm looking forward to building. You know what's going to make me really sad is sending this to George. Because if you remember, George, my lovely patron and very, very dear friend George, Get better soon, buddy. He is helping. He's made me doing this part work possible. I'm not getting this one free. So, because of George, I'm able to do this. He's basically taking ownership of all the Space Marines. I'm going to put that somewhere. I'll put it down there. He's going to take ownership of all the Space Marines, and I'm going to keep all the Death Guard. Which means he gets this rather wonderful looking repulsor tank. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So you send money to that address and they send a can of silver spray paint so you can ride to Valhalla shiny and chrome. Yes. Do 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 do. New job for Fox while at home, audio book reading. Dan, have you not been watching my books of Skyrim? I have 3 books of Skyrim already. I'm doing more. I'm going to do at least one a week. They're only like 5 minutes. At least one a week. I might do more though because they're good fun. The latest one, the audio was a bit weird, but I'm doing my books of. I'm reading all the books in Skyrim, and then all the books in Daggerfall, and then all the books in Morrowind, and all the books in all the other games. There's hundreds of them. There we go. Issue 76. Space Marines Tech Marines. Some Space Marines have a great command of war machines. These warriors train with the Adeptus Mechanicus and join the machine cult, becoming Tech Marines. Yes. Primaris Repulsor. How to build symbols. Area 2. Oh, this is the actual how to build it now, is it? What was that? I forgot what the last one was. Did not show you? Hang on. Was there no buildy in this one? I didn't even look. No, there was just fluff. It's all fluff and a little bit of gameplay. This one, we have the first combobulation instructions. I know it's all kind of off screen. The first combobulation instructions. It looks like a bit of jolly good fun. Ooh, yes. Adding all the grav plates are like individual grav plates. If you've made the if you made the Stormwolf or a Landspeeder where you have like the grav plating on the front, or on the Stormwolf it's kind of along the front underneath. That's just one piece. These are individual. It's like individual track links, but for grav plating. Cool. Vincent and TK. Well, Vincent would like this then with individual track links. Okay, this is kind of the entire instructions for building. Even though you haven't got all the sprues yet. Okay. Cool. So all your instructions seem to be in issue 76. Issue 76. So we've got those two. It looks huge. It does look rather large. I'm going to have fun painting that. Now, there's no guarantee it's going to be blue, because George is a man of common sense and therefore thinks that Ultramarines are boring. Beyond Hope says, all the assembly for the Disruptor is issue 76, painting is issue 77, issue 78 is nothing but the base, just the base, no rebels. It's Star Wars joke. So there we have issue 77, more spruage. Lovely. Mostly turretage. There's a dude. Ooh, very nice looking dude. With his arms and that. I do like the Primaris design of Space Marines. With the Silver Templars, I've got the 5 dudes, but I've got a particular paint scheme I want to try, a way to paint them. So I've built myself just a test pig Space Marine, but it's an old style Space Marine. And so far, when I've built Space Marines, I've only built Primaris Marines, so I had to build an old style stumpy Space Marine, and they're horrible. They look silly. They look so stupid compared to Primaris ones who look like Cybermen. They're kind of cool. So that's the turrety bits. That's all the plastic now for the repulsor tank. That's what you go to the shop and you'd pay however much this kit is. What is it, 30, 40 quid or something? You get. Yes. Issue 77. Devastator squads. Devastators are heavily armed Space Marine squads who are trained to fire at their enemies from great distances with overwhelming firepower. Centurion Devastator squads. Company organizations. Necrons. Necronicus. Blurb about Necrons. Yes, here we have the painting. How to paint your repulsor. I'm sure it'll give you an adequate paint job. I'm sure it'll be adequate. And this is one of the reasons that I decided to stop filming, because when I was doing my original painting videos, I was just following the magazine. And it was kind of saying to people, I'll film what's in the magazine so you can not then have to read using your face. You can watch a video instead. And I realised there's no point. If I'm just following the magazine, there's really no point at all. Because let's be honest, it's not the best paint job. I mean, it looked fine. It's... If you follow the paint schemes they do, it's at very best, very basic tabletop standard. Very basic table. It's not even... You know, it's nowhere near, say, Duncan standard, like Warhammer TV level, which is kind of top end. Warhammer TV is kind of top end tabletop level. This is kind of base, low end tabletop level. It's not. Yeah, so you could follow this, and you know, there'd be no, if you were to paint it like this in the magazine, take it to your local store or wherever and play it, it'd look fine. You could still be proud of it. It's just there's a lot more you can do, and I decided there's no point me doing that. It's a lot of work for me to just do that level and then have to strip it all down and paint it again. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to get everything built. Once everything's built and every single piece of plastic is built and assembled and ready for paint, I'll get everything primed up, and then we'll start painting videos on everything. This will have its own video build series, and we'll do different ones for different things that you're making. So yeah, so it's going to be a while yet before we get to painting any of these. I will need to strip all the ones that I've painted so far as well, but hey. Let's have a look at chat. Beyond Hope says, I make promises that I have every intention of keeping, just that I make more promises than I have actual time to complete, so in the end I just sit at the PC watching YouTube or playing games. This seems adequate. TK won't like it. TK likes millions of decals. Yeah, I meant Vincent, because Vincent likes like super complicated tanks and stuff. It's all about the base. £65 full RRP, if I remember, says Cy Reynolds. Yeah, so that plus the base, 65 quid. You get it for 4 lots of £7.99. Somebody do some math. 30 odd quid, 32 quid. And you wonder why this is a real good steal, this magazine series. If you want to build up a couple of armies, Death Guard and Imperial Space Marines, this is a way to do it. Because you're going to pay a lot less than if you bought all these units individually. And now in issue 78 we get the base. Base, how low can you go? And you get the 2 bits of clear that is the entire base system. I think one of these glues onto there, and that just glues into the bottom of the... And then it just kind of sits there. So, cool. Not much in that one. That is just junk, I think. The Inquisition. Yes. Officio Assassinorum. Some cool minis in the Assassins. Sisters of Silence. Silent is the hand of the Emperor's justice. No war cry comes from the throats of the Emperor's witch seekers. Only the roar of flamers and the crack boom of the holy bolter accompany their eternal hunt for untrained psychers who could bring danger to the Imperium. Now, if I remember rightly, Sisters of Silence are nulls. They are psychers, so people with strong psychic abilities are called psychers, but they are nulls in which I can't remember what the hell a null is, but basically they're like a void of psycho powers or something. I can't remember how it works. Simon will explain it because Simon knows everything, but basically psychers are like, or nulls are like anti-psychers, and they can, how can you explain it? If you had a null stood next to you, they're immune. They're immune to psychic power. They can't be affected by psychic anything. They're completely immune to it. They emanate some kind of null feel or something. I don't know. But if you stand next to a null, you'll feel disquieted and unpleasant, and it won't feel right because there's like absence. I don't. It's a weird. It's good in the lore anyway. I've just spent 10 minutes explaining something I don't understand in a way that makes no sense. Well done, Fox. Yeah. Imperial Agents Showcase. The Inquisition. Lots of Inquisition stuff in here. Feculent Gnarlmaws. Yeah, stuff you don't get. But I like the fact they're showing you all the stuff you don't get. I like trees with mouths. Space Marines Impulsor, not the Repulsor. It's like a Rhino version. It's like a Rhino, but tooled up for the Primaris Marines. Storm Raven Gunships. I thought we talked about them already. There really is nothing at all in this one about the base you get. Just lots of fluff. And there we are. That is issue 78. So that's 75 to 78. We snagged ourselves 50 to 65 quid of plastic, which is very, very nice. I will look forward to making that muchly. That's going to be real good fun to build that. What else? Let's have a quick look at the chat. That may be the variant. It's at least 50 quid. I reckon it's probably about 50 quid. When assembling the repulsor, says Beyond Hope, don't attach the two front parts holding the grav plates until everything else is built up. They can snap in afterwards and not leave gaps along the sides of the upper. Cool. I shall try and remember that. I do tend to do lots of test fitty stuff as I go along because I try to look at what I can build and sub-assemble. So it's like the Space Marine Land Speeder. I've actually got in sub-assemblies like the whole of the chassis and the hull, with and then you've got the dudes separate. They're just not in. They're not assembled in, but they're assembled, but they're not placed in. And then I've got the top of it, the upper hull, the roof, as it were, and the bonnet separate again, so I can get everything in the cockpit painted. So I probably will build this as some assemblies anyway. There we go. Cool. So that's that. Those are those 4 issues. Like I say, if you're wondering why you've had a 2-hour-long issue, and right at the very end is the bit, if you're in my Warhammer Conquest playlist and you're wondering why you've had 2 hours of X-Wing and now this, because I'm trying to get all this in this live stream. Okay, just because current events mean I'm not going to sit there and do 5 hours of work for this when I've got other stuff to crack on with and other things to worry about. So it's a bit of a squish together. Plus, I want to get content made out. I want to do as much content as I can over the coming weeks. I want to get my right glasses on. I can't see. I want to try and do as much content as I can over the coming weeks that's just designed to be this kind of hangout. Either with me and other people, depending on, it won't be as good quality, but it'll be hangouts, or just me talking to you guys, just doing stuff and having a bit of a fun hangout, so you guys can have people to talk to in chat. Because, if you're lucky, most of you won't have any problems. If we are lucky, you won't be stuck indoors for long. Maybe only for a couple of weeks if you do get left inside. Worst case scenario, we're all stuck indoors for months. Yeah. So I'm hoping it'll just be something for you guys to be distracted by. That's my intention doing these streams. So we shall see. Now, I'm going to go off and make my dinner, me and Mama Fox. But I may possibly do another one after dinner. And it may well be me and a couple of the guys just hanging out. So it'll be a StreamYard or a Google Hangouts, which means the quality will be terrible. If it's Hangouts, I'll be back to front. If it's StreamYard, we'll all be dead small. And it's probably terrible quality. We'll have all this nice spanky overlay that you can see here, like the chat box and stuff like that. But it doesn't really matter. So keep an eye. If you're not subscribed to this channel already, do subscribe to my channel, because I do tend to sometimes just pop a live stream up with no warning. And if you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell, you'll get... I'll sit properly. If you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell, you will get a notification when I start a live stream, and therefore you won't miss out on it. So yeah, I'll probably be doing a lot of these. They won't be planned, they won't be scheduled in, they won't be booked in. I'll probably just start them. I didn't even do the 15-minute countdown. I'm like, go, because they're not official. They're just casual hangouts for. I mean, even on screen, yeah. I don't know where I am. You see, I'm not used to this camera. I'm all the way over here. I know I'm all the way over here. Sorry. I'm limited to where I can put the actual camera. So yeah. So do remember to make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Massive thank you to all of you who've been watching so far. There are currently 41 of you. I think there were a lot more of you earlier on. So welcome. No, thank you. Big massive shout out to my Patreon supporters. I love you very dearly, especially right now at this time. When I'm a luxury, but you're still sticking by me, so thank you massively to all of you who do support me on Patreon. If you want to, you can do. It's down here, patreon.com/modelmakingguru. But obviously right now it may not be the best idea. Other ways you can support me, you can just like and subscribe, because if you want to help me keep this channel going, because this is what I do for a living, so this is my income, and right now I'm depending on it massively. So you can just like and subscribe to this channel. If you hit the like button on every video you watch by me or by anybody, it means that that video then appears higher in the lists on YouTube when somebody does a search. So you really help out the channels you care about if you hit the like button. You can, when you watch one of my live streams, do super chats in the chat window, the little dollar symbol. That generates a little bit of income for me. Or of course you can do things like my Amazon store links down below if you need to pick stuff up from Amazon, or if you need to get tabletop gaming stuff like this. If you want to get this 20% off RRP and you're in the EU or the UK, go to Goblin Gaming. Don't use their normal web address. Go to the link that's in the description below this video. That's my affiliate link. It tells them that I sent you, and I get a little bit of income from that. Plus, you'll be helping out the guys at Goblin massively, because right now they need all the business they can get. All of us, all the local game stores, not just them, you know, my other sponsors, eModels. Make sure you're really helping out. If you can, you're helping out the places that you depend on, the model stores. In my case, it's eModels and Goblin Gaming. I'm looking after these guys. I'm trying to get them as much business as possible, because right now everybody's struggling. So support whoever you get your stuff from, wherever you get your supplies, your modelling supplies. Look after them, and they'll hopefully look after you. So do be nice to them. Massive thanks to all my supporters and Patreon and everything like that. Massive thanks to Goblin and eModels. Yeah, I might be back after dinner, so stay tuned. I might come back with some of the guys. If not, don't worry. Tomorrow is hang on. Tomorrow is I need more coffee. Tomorrow is Skyrim Saturday. So 3 PM tomorrow, 3 PM GMT, I'll be playing some Skyrims for you. I may stream earlier in the day. I might crack on Memorial this, I don't know yet. So that'll be tomorrow. That's at 3 PM. Sunday, of course, is Warhammer Sunday, 3 PM again. GMT tomorrow. I'll be cracking on with some Warhammer Conquest buildy. I think we're up to issue 48 now, I think, or 40. I forgot what I'm building now. I can't even remember. Whatever comes after the Land Speeder. And don't forget, of course, on Sunday as well is Colin over at Festa 67's workshop. He does his Sunday brunch buddy build stream at 12:30 to 2:30, which is him and Dave. It's an awesome little stream. Go and hang out with him first before you come and watch me. And then after me in the evening, 8 PM on Sunday, is Chris over at Gross Models doing his Warhamster Sunday. So you've got no excuses. You've got loads of content this weekend. I'm really off to the side, aren't I? I've not planned this. Yes. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, so yes, I shall leave you now. I'll go and make me dinner. Well, thank you very much for watching. I might see you later on, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow anyway. And over the coming weeks, I'll try and do as many of these little live streamy things as I can, just for the fun of it. You guys are keeping me company, and hopefully I'm giving you something to have on in the background, and you can hang out with your mates in the chat. That's the most important thing. It's having the chat there, so we shall see how it goes. But take care of yourselves. Make sure the buttons are still working. Hang on. No, my buttons have got. Hang on, my buttons have gone to sleep. That's why I check. You see. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Press that, and then do that, and then do that, and then press this. One moment. Momento, per favore.
Slap it on.
There we go. Ted's back. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Do follow the advice that you've been given by your government. However they want you to do. If you're in the UK, it means stay indoors, stay away from other people, don't go out unless you need to, wash your hands. Don't be one of these summer breakers. Just stay out of the public eye, stay indoors. There's no reason to go out there. Just stay indoors. Be careful. Take care of yourselves. And I shall see you soon. But I shall momentarily, the only thing is, right, I've now got to lean over and press the button. I can't, there's no secret way for me to do this without going, and then I've got to, yeah, so take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome, because there's not much else to do right now. Go be awesome, and I shall say, take care, be safe, adios amoebas. Oh, hang on, where's the button? Oh, there's no button. Hang on. Didn't work, did it?